the other ones don't get recorded?
Don't they? Do they?
When we remember.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Erica, don't look at the camera. Just look at me.
That's crazy.
Erica, picture all of us naked.
I don't think so. Am I ready yet?
Yeah, good.
Okay. The last time we started with Oksana with the wolf, choosing to let him into the house rather than speaking to Ismark. He encouraged her to choose for herself who to help, but at the same time warned her that she could still be used, that there would be traitors and spies where the party might hope to find allies. And he also confirmed that the village is no longer safe, with the blame being placed on those of us in the manor. After he departed, Rayfield began his rounds around the house, being rebuffed by Calm, but finding Ismark to ask for advice when speaking to women, and also what we might expect on our journey to Vallaki. Particularly, he was told that we'll be expected to pay a tax of silver if we hope to enter, and it's unlikely the craftsmen there will be willing to trade with us. They continue to discuss the surrounding lands, where we might find the camping Vistani for the night, gathering supplies with their moods being lightened by the sound of the ringing church bells. Meanwhile, waking up in her care, Chef and Calm share a bear claw moment, trying and failing to comfort Irene as well. Consumed by the memories she relived outside the church until the party is called to attend the burgomaster's funeral. Instead, they find the father hanging from the bell rope, forced to bury him alongside the bones of the Durst children and the burgomaster, the only brightness of the day in the form of flowers left behind for their rescuers as their spirits fade away. Then, saying goodbyes that feel too final, we finally depart the village, leaving Ismark behind to face the growing mob alone. On the path, we pass through dense woods, growing darker before we're stopped. A black carriage pulled by flaming horses across the road, and stepping out of it, Count Strahd von Zarovich come to welcome us. Taunting Rayfield with the knowledge his baron sent him as a debt to Strahd, forcing Irene to her knees, mocking Calm to bait Chef into disrespecting him, and then demanding the party prove that we are worth the trouble of allowing us to walk his lands. Still, Chef bickers with him, and to punish him, Strahd slaughters the party one by one, before freeing Chef from the illusion. Leaving the broken bear on the ground, he demands again a payment from the party, taking Oksana's blood until she's only barely conscious, and then leaving them in the dark once more. So I have 1 hit point. Be nice to my 1 hit point.
Beautiful.
Oksana was fighting like a demon to be able the one to give themselves up. I remember that.
Yay. Wonderful, wonderful. Good recap, good recap. Anything that you guys want to bring to the top of everybody's mind? Clarification upon finishing our other session. Maybe you just want to clarify something with me. Anything of that nature.
Yeah, that was great.
All right. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Wonderful. So, we are back on the road. As the carriage in all of its light and opulence and its sounds disappear into the night. You're left with the still ominous sounds of as you have been told, a fearsome forest. Strahd has left his mark upon you all, for worse and worser, but one of you is trembling with fear having seen your friends slaughtered in front of you. Um, what does Chef look like?
Shep is still on his knees on the dirt. Just if he didn't look dead in his eyes the past few times where trauma hit like a train, he sure does now. If, I imagine that he did hear Strahd helping himself to Oksana, but the need to like step up did not arrive to him whatsoever.
Mhm.
He is but a raft against a vicious ocean storm, and he knows that wherever that storm takes him is way beyond his decision to make.
Oksana is on the ground, um, siphoned of her blood. Uh, you've heard Strahd called her golden blood, as when she hits the ground, you see from her veins and you see the mark, potentially Irene, similar mark left on your neck, um, uh, though the blood from it is dripping gold. You know this is Oksana's secret. Um, is there anything you do?
I think that Irene is going to remain silent, and kind of just look at Oksana and look at the others and observe.
Wonderful. Calm and Rayfield, how are you reacting?
Tom is still, she has her hackles raised from the whole encounter. Still very defensive, looking around, trying to peer into the dense forest before turning her attention uh, to everybody else, to Oksana, to Irene, to Rayfield, to Chef. Um, she's not really sure what he saw, but clearly has disturbed him. So she walks over, and the most she can do is offer a comforting touch to the shoulder, just trying to ground him a little bit.
Chef jerks at the touch and completely forgets that Calm was there, let alone still alive. He is wide eyed.
She kind of grips a little tighter, like she's pinching somebody awake.
Chef just. He very slowly takes the hand, still dead in the eyes, the dead kind of returning to his eyes, if not lessened just a little bit, knowing that she is, in fact, still alive.
Yeah. Rayfield, um, having tried to stop Oksana, but just once again being that moment too late, that moment too slow, watches as and is probably the closest as Strahd takes the life force from Oksana as she goes down and as Chef collapses at the same time, seeing Calm go to Chef. Rayfield will quickly um, come down to the ground and sort of heave um, Oksana up onto one arm, and as he did in the vision for Calm, he's gonna pull out his healing bottle once again and pour it onto the wound. And so he will use his once a day cure wounds, cure wounds.
Judo, how's it looking? Like, is the mist getting close to us? I do know that it's nighttime currently.
12 healing, by the way.
Thank you.
You're muted.
Judah?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So, uh, Oksana, you were your vision was closing. Your heart was pumping and it was waning, and with this healing, you start to come back to um, uh, the your vision is coming back to you and around you, and all of you to see this. The forest itself um, looks as though it has abandoned like any kind of like say creatures around you. The suspected shifting of wolves nearby have abandoned the area around you. You're left with just the endless trees um, in front of you. Um, you can't make any paths through them, just the lone path that you were on now that veers off into the road you need to go to. Um, you see that in that direction that the carriage had led to leads actually towards, um, uh, if you were to continue following, would lead towards Castle Ravenloft, and the area that you need to travel to is where it just came from. There is a still like subtle mist on the ground that carries through almost always in Barovia, um, uh, but um, uh, there are very few lanterns that are even alight that are lighting the road. So you guys are really left with this darkness that's starting to circle around you all.
And Rayfield's, as she's coming to, he's just gonna give a quick, Oksana, why? I know you did it for us, and thank you. But why?
Why not? That's all we have to do, and it's now we go and it's safe.
He could have killed you.
I think he would have killed us anyway. Everyone was so rude.
Well, Rayfield will look at Chef for a moment, who is still suffering under the effects of the vision. I fear something worse might have been done to Chef for that rudeness. Are you okay to stand? And he'll start to get up with her as to like get up himself and also help her up.
No, I might, Judo. Do I have exhaustion, or did the healing work, or is my like total reduced?
Your guys' is total, and I should have mentioned this at the top of the order, just for everyone. Uh, so Oh yeah, no, actually, I did that totally right. So you are not reduced. Your hit point maximum and all is not reduced. You do suffer an additional level of exhaustion.
Gotcha. Okay. So she will stand with his help, but still swaying, very uneasy on her feet.
In that case, he's just gonna keep a hand on her, like around to sort of help her walk. almost feel as if we should go back, but I should we? Should we go back? And he'll look to everyone else.
Calm. Uh, can you I'm gonna have Calm roll a survival for me.
Okie dokes. A 12.
Awesome. With a 12, your patron is going to almost like give you this urge of moving forward.
I think with that, will shake her head at Rayfield and it's not safe to go back. We have to move forward.
Not safe. Not safe. What are we talking about? Safe? There is no safe. But at least in town, there are walls and Ismark and people we know. At least that forest. Who knows what's in there?
Chef feels that any choice they make is too insubstantial, but in a rut, what little survival instinct he has in that moment whispers in his mind, "Get it together, you helpless pup." He attempts to stand on his own and says, "There's a group of people trying to hunt down Irina right now. Is there not? We have a promise to fulfill."
Thinking of Irina, Chef, you look at her, and she is catatonic. She is on her knees. It's almost as though anyone forgot about her. She is frozen in fear. Um, Almost only when you say her name does she look towards you, but then returns back to um, a look of vacancy, like she's not really there. She looks as um, she looks as maybe before this talk to yourself to get up. She looks like you did, stricken with fear.
Chef is going to feel again calm by his side and think, is this woman made of iron? How? How can she find it within herself? How can I find it within myself now? He chooses instead not to reflect the will of calm, but instead to reflect his need of somebody next to him right now. He makes his way to Irina and says, I I can't promise that it's going to be safe from here on. I think we both know it won't. At the very least, you will not be alone. And he offers a hand to get her back up steady.
She puts her hand up, just almost not thinking, and as she rises with you, she looks at you and she says, "That was the man. That was the man at my door. The one my father let in. It was him."
Chef might have had thoughts of this, but they're kind of overshadowed now by the growing need for somewhere safe. So instead, he'll lead her to the rest of the group.
Yeah, you all see this like completely like glossed over Irina. She definitely doesn't look herself. She is a person who, is helpful, will worry about you, will ask if she can help you, but now you see just a a person who is stuck inside their own mind, um, standing and moving along with Chef, but really only because he is guiding her. You see in the distance, or rather, you hear in the distance, you hear a caw. And in the distance, this one seems more directional. It almost sounded like a hey. Hey! And you look in the direction which you're supposed to be heading, and you see on a branch, kind of looming over like a finger on the road, you see a raven. And this raven um, calls again, almost messes with its with its picking at itself. You hear it crow again or caw again, and then with the tint of whatever moonlight comes through here, do you see that it has a blue tint again? The same blue tint that you have seen on the raven that led you to Ismark.
Shep has just a shred of thoughtfulness in his eye just for a moment and says, "Can anyone else remember the last time we saw anything besides bats or wolves?"
No, I can't say I do. Now that I think about it, it's just been these devil creatures. There's been no anything else. You're right.
Shep's eyes softening just a smidgen, then remembering from the reaches of his the last time they saw a raven, says, "I think we should follow its example right now."
Um, despite the fact that he had been given the thought to perhaps give Irene some space, um, Rayfield's mind does go to her. How is she looking right now? You
Stone faced, cold expression lingers. Her eyes appear just very flat, whereas you might be used to seeing them glow and sparkle. They're just very dull and dark, like a deep violet, opposed to her like electric amethyst um, coloring. And she's looking away from you and staring at the raven.
yeah, he's going to. I suppose with Erica or with Oksana, if she still needs the help and is with him on his arm. Um, come up to Irene. Irene.
You see her wince.
He's going to immediately step back and not exactly hang his head, but just turn it to the side in a little bit of pain. Irene, are you okay? He's going to say it as softly as one could.
Still unwavering, she will not look at him and she will reply, "I'm fine."
Okay. And he will continue to back off.
You guys hear another set of calls from the raven from far away. And you hear from the raven, you hear actually mimicry. as you hear, "Who goes there?" The ravens picking at their body, kind of picking at their feet on the branch. And you recognize who goes there from the guards that called at you um, outside of the village of Barovia.
It, it's us. It's Rayfield and Chef and Calm and all of us. Um, please, could you come here, please?
And you hear the raven call back, "Get back here, Periwimple, now!" And you recognize that call from the fight, from the moment that Periwimple left.
Chef will snort just a little bit and say, "So they must know at least where the people reside. Let us hurry then, before they leave us behind."
If truly the only way is, then Rayfield's gonna look at the new note given to him by Strahd one more time, and he's just gonna like grip it in his hand for a moment before putting it in a pocket. He was brought to this land against his will and against his knowledge, but he is a man that at the end of the day can play the hand he's dealt. And with a little bit of a stronger back, he's gonna start moving forward with Oksana towards Chef, towards Calm, getting ready to move down the road.
Wonderful. So does everyone move down the road then, on the way to the Sare pool?
Yes,
Yes.
that would be.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Only
As you-
3 yeps.
as you guys move on your way over to the Sare pool, you'll hear, you'll see the raven just waiting for you all as you guys maybe get underneath it. And then you're going to hear it mimic something else, something you haven't heard before. "You will see them on the road home. But this is the first of many fated meetings." And it sounds cryptic, it sounds soft. And that is it. The raven picks up its wings and takes off deeper into the woods. But you'll see every now and then it'll stop at a tree or a branch. You can see that it's waiting for you. As you guys move down the road, uh, eventually, the raven gets more and more restless, moving in between trees. It's never had to probably wait this long to travel around. And as it flies through, you see that you're starting to break into an area that has another crossroads to it. A road that veers off to the left, and one that leads straight with a sign attached. Of course, you can't see that too well now, as the darkness itself has spread enough. You do see some lit lanterns, or rather, lit fires next to what looks like a walled-off area with a great fence in front of it, and then what you all are familiar with: a hangman's a hangman's noose attached to a gallows. sitting in the corner amongst all these paths. The raven flies on top of the hangman's noose, will then fly over to the stone fence, and as it picks up again to lead itself over to the post, the fence post that shows you where to move and where to travel. As now you see it, the wood itself has rotted on all of the where it's almost like arrows pointing in different directions, but what they're displaying isn't clear. The raven is moving to sit on top of a sign, and as it does, a barbed arrow or some sort of needle pierces the wood, and the bird sees it, and then you see that the bird panics. It moves, and it moves towards you all as a series of arrows pierce the raven on its way towards you all, to catch up with you, or rather while you're catching up with the bird. And the raven begins to plummet from the sky somewhere about 70 feet in the air all the way down to all of you who are there. We have Rayfield carrying Oksana, and we have Calm carrying Chef. Is that correct?
No, I'm pretty sure he's on his feet.
Perfect. If he's on his feet, Rayfield, you have an arm around Oksana, and Irene by yourself. Wonderful. As this raven is falling, does anyone want to do anything?
Can I try to catch it?
I would say yes, but with disadvantage because you're almost like holding on to Rayfield.
Could he give her the help action?
I was going to give you disadvantage anyways.
Gotcha.
So...
what kind of check should I make?
So that'll be a it can either be an athletics check or it can be an acrobatics check. Just kind of see if you can catch in the air, jump in the right spot.
Right. I'll do acrobatics then. Well, both were bad. That's only a 6.
That will fail. You have anybody else who wants to try as it's about to hit the ground?
Chef will flex that.
Rayfield will also do it.
I already tried to do it all at once.
The bird's gonna crash into all of you who are walking together. So.
Yeah, it's
And what check was that?
Acrobatics or athletics.
With disadvantage for Rayfield.
Disadvantage for Rayfield.
Okay.
Could, just hypothetical, if I Giants mighted right now, would that turn my disadvantage into advantage because of the strength check bonus that it gives?
You want to Giants might into catching it, almost like you're growing in size to catch it or something?
Yep, like a big old landing pad.
Oh, yeah, if you Giants might, I'll just have you catch it.
A lot of people have died, but this one will not. He uses Giant's might.
Wonderful. You reach your hand out to grab at the raven. This blue, this blue streaked raven hits your palm of your hand, and you shield it. But then more silver, almost like these like shiny barbs, are poking out of its body, and more shoot near your feet. As above and almost flying out of the forest behind it, as the forest goes into in between all of these crossroads, do you see a foul, flying creature finally revealing itself? It looks like it is made of, it looks like it's not a natural bird. You hear clacking of tools and boards and wood. As it starts to fly and open its wingspan, you see past its wings as though it is burlap sack spread across, and you see these claws made of sharp steel, nothing that is organic, as you all witness this creature come out, do you witness two additional smaller sort of machinations reveal itself to be following this one, and they fly over and above you all, and you see them all look at you, and they shoot these barbed lines at you, or these barbed pins at you,
Gross.
barbed needles. I need everybody here to make a dexterity saving throw.
Would I be able to, since I'm a rogue, would I be able to bonus action, bonus action dodge, potentially get advantage? 'Cause
No,
it's quick form.
we're gonna do just a thing you have to do, and then we're gonna roll into initiatives, because then I'll allow you an answer. So we're just gonna have like this thing shoot at you all first.
Gotcha. That's
Seven.
Rayfield.
Also with inspiration.
I wonder if this is the time to burn it.
All right.
No, I don't think so.
All right. So, dexterity saving throw. So we need to beat a 12.
Rayfield beats it.
Question: Did Oksana get inspiration for that recap?
I'm fine.
We all have inspiration.
Yeah, we already had it from last.
It reset on the fight.
Chef rolled a 7. Could you just spare a qualm, just a smidgen of inspiration?
Do you
Wait,
not
don't
have
you-
yours?
You have inspiration.
I already used it. I got a 2.
What?
Wait, on what?
Oh, this roll.
Use it right now.
Calm gives it to him.
Just a qualm. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Listen, there have been times where I asked for a modal, and I was given the cold shoulder.
Oh,
I mean,
thank
it
you,
makes
missus.
sense. He's
We
like
like to
20
hold-
feet tall
I
and
gotta-
trying to dodge.
I like it when my party holds grudges. This is great.
Oh, thank you, miss. I got a 14. My family will live another day.
Can I actually use my inspiration to give him disadvantage back on?
No mean inspiration. All right.
Damn it.
Damn it! Shut up.
All right. Do you guys mind refreshing your map?
Actually, yes. Grr.
I think I do under the circumstances.
Now hold on, who set these up? Rayfield would not be that close to your name.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna start you all on the same line, but you guys choose if you want to be further back if you want.
You know, Calm would never turn around.
Poor Dorian.
Shut up. Shut up.
Okay. So I need to know what we got. So you guys got to beat a 12. Who didn't beat a 12?
I think we all beat it.
Oh, everyone beat it.
Not
I
sure.
can't say I was-
Erica didn't.
I did. Murderer?
Didn't say. Is what I was about to say. You didn't say it.
Okay, because I didn't hear from
Negative
Iran.
15.
I didn't hear from Irene either.
I got an 18. I'm good.
Wonderful. Okay, great. You guys managed to space yourselves out by 5-foot space. So go ahead and space yourself out if you would like to now, wherever you would like to within a 5-foot range. As these barbs land in the spots that you were once at, and you dodged it. These creatures above you seem intent on hurting you. It wasn't a passive shooting. Now it will attack you for what you took from it. Let's roll initiative.
God damn, 60.
14 from Chef.
14 from Chef. Looks
Well,
up.
from
I'm
Calm.
gonna use my inspiration on that one. That's gonna be a 13 from Old Rayfield.
Oksana?
Oksana also got a 13.
Cool.
That was actually 2 13s. I don't know if I've ever had inspiration work. This damn game.
Maybe you just live for inspiration charities. Who knows?
Yeah, I do.
Guy-
Wonderful.
Rich coming from the guy that just needed 2 inspirations.
That's it.
Throwing your fucking
How many
stones in your last
times?
house model. Throwing your fucking stones. To be fair, I think Rayfield begs for it like once an episode.
This is true.
Wonderful.
You say Rayfield like it's not you,
Yeah.
you literally doing it. Literally you.
Why would Rayfield do that?
Wonderful. As these Strix, what the hell? As these machinations start flying above you, all of you recognize them to be obviously like man-made. These aren't like regular creatures. You see pieces of them falling down as though they're like whenever they shoot these needles, it's almost like they're falling down. As though they're supposed to be consumed, and then once you dodge them, you see more of these creatures come out of the woodworks. And we are going to, I'm going to label this one, or I'm going to do something to this one. I'm going to put a little cute little thing on it. 7. Boom. This one is pretty massive. Whoa. It's not that big. I just want to indicate that this one is larger than the others. But it is
Chef,
in
make
fact
yourself
a
big,
medium
too.
size.
I already did that.
No, like on the
Like your
board.
token.
Is there a way?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Take a space, Chef. We'll have you take the space or the other one, but we're gonna have you. All right, perfect. Cool. Wonderful. These birds begin flying around to attack you all. Let's get into it. Every time these creatures fly by, they're screeching a terrible noise at you all. We will have the first one go, the largest one in the middle, begins to fly towards you. These are all, and I will mention this now, they're all about 60 feet in the air.
No cloud, got you.
This moves 30 feet this way, and it is going to shoot 3 times. One is going to be at Calm. That is a 21 to hit.
It does hit.
That'll be 5 damage.
Okey-dokes.
Ooh. Hold on, I gotta fix something. Hold on, let me finish this attack. Irene. Another barb coming your way. Does a 10 hit?
No.
Okay, wonderful. And then Chef. Does a 11 hit?
Yeah, sure don't.
Wonderful. Perfect. It'll shoot at you all. It'll shoot at you once, each of you. Foom, foom, foom. And then it will continue moving. 5, 10, 20. As though it's circling around you. We will have
Still 60 feet.
still all 60 feet in the air. You shouldn't expect that range to change. Irene, it'll be your turn.
Okay, So, with them being 60 feet in the air, does that mean that, like, do I have to add on, like, my attack range to that 60 feet to see if it would hit or if I have reach? I'm not sure if I'm explaining that question
Can you? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
properly.
Can you say it one more time? However you did it right now.
Yeah.
'Cause now I'm really
Yeah.
listening. Go ahead.
So if they are 60 feet in the air,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean that, like, and let's just use as an example, like, I have a spell that has a reach of 60 feet. Would I have to add on, like, whatever distance it is away from me plus that 60 feet that it's in the air?
Oh, like diagonal.
Oh yeah, there's like this Pythagoras theorem type of thing.
Yeah. I was like,
I don't. You know what? I'd like
does
to. I'd like to phone a friend. Erica, how do people usually do it?
With Pythagoras.
Use Pythagoras theorem, Irene.
That'll work.
I'm gonna end my turn.
I
I
don't
get it, I
know
get
what
it.
it is. I don't know what it is, but I'll say
I
certain.
found a calculator.
Yeah, it's gonna be 72 feet.
There's
ish.
gotta be some tool out there someone created. D&D
I
Pythagoras
found
tool.
it. I found
Yeah,
it.
it's
Just Google Pythagorean theorem.
yeah, they did work one. It's a to the second power plus b to the
Second power
power.
plus C equals C to the second power. We made the
No,
tool.
just yeah,
Just a little, just
there's
a little long division. Never heard anyone.
there's a calculator.
Discovered by not Pythagoras, because
If actually on Google, if you just look up Pythagorean theorem
That's what I
calculator,
said.
it gives it to you easy.
Honestly, what I'm gonna do instead, I'm just gonna move myself right like that.
Classy move. Classy move.
Yeah. And move myself, and then I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on that one closest to me. And does a 7 hit?
No.
Dang. Okay. Well, that's all she wrote. I'm gonna end my turn there.
All right. Okay. Sorry, I have to resume this. Perfect. We're gonna have my other Strix go. Whatever. They're called Strix. Fuck it, who cares? I'm tired of keeping this ruse up. I'm tired of lying to you guys.
That's insane. That's
Wow.
insane. That lasted for one
why-
turn.
I don't know why I'm doing that. We're gonna call them Strix. You guys, your characters don't know them as Strix. And that's it. And that's how we
Gods,
move.
what are those?
Thank you.
And such and so forth.
Keep doing that. Keep doing that. All right. Awesome. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then we're going to shoot. Oh! We're not going to shoot nothing at you. It's going to get worse. It is going to move down.
You do.
It is going to move down 20 feet. And so this one is 40 feet in the air. Looks like they're moving to Rayfield or Oksana. These will also be moving. Alright, awesome. These are still 60 feet. It looks like they're beginning to dive bomb. All right, Chef, it's your turn.
All right. Chef is going to survey the situation and his physical well-being as being not optimal. He's going to see. How would you even? God. Okay.
And
So it's like that's 5 feet technically. 5, 10, 25, and 30 that way. He's going to yell, "I'm going to get a friend up. I'll be back to help in whatever way I can." He's going to run all the way to the corner there, and he's going to pop his potion of healing into that bird's mouth.
Okay. All right. So that was an action or a bonus action?
That is an action.
That was an action of you feeding the bird?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Perfect. That's actually really beautiful. The drink into the bird, what's going to happen is you're going to start to see these silver barbs begin to almost push out of the bird as you feed this potion. The bird then has its wings kind of come back to it all, and looks around and looks at you, and then hears the commotion, and then you hear a thank you of a person you've never heard before, as it begins to fly up from you. We're gonna add the raven into the fight.
Cool.
This thing's gonna fly. Wonderful. It's going to use its whole stuff, and it's going to match this thing at 60. All right, anything else, Chef? I assume not. Okay.
Well,
Rayfield.
what's going on?
I was just saying, is there anything else you're going to do? As this, like, Raven takes off.
No, we Gucci.
Wonderful. All right. Rayfield, it's your turn.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as they remain in the air, the only real ways he would be able to hit them would be knives or his little potions. So instead of could I since I can dash bonus action dash, could I help bonus action help?
I'm so
Did you do-
sorry. I gotta do something because this is something I've been avoiding for a while. What is help for a rogue?
So help is just something that anybody can use, but specifically with the mastermind subclass that I took, it lets me use it as a bonus action and extends to 30 feet.
Okay. Can you
And it-
post
and it gives
whatever
advantage-
words that are on it? Can you post that in the
Yeah.
Discord,
yeah.
please? Ability check, attack, roll, or administer first aid. Take the help action. Okay. Okay. So now explain to me what you want to do.
Oh, so I was just going to help Oksana, who's next to me, with my normal help, and then help Calm with the bonus action, who's less than 30 feet away. So just giving them the normal what I've been doing, which would be advantage on their next attack.
Okay. Give an advantage to the next attack roll by one of your allies against the enemy. This benefit expires at the start of your next turn. No, I will allow this sort of help one time.
Okay, sounds good. Fair enough. In that case, let's see, 40 feet plus 30. Hold on, doing some Pythagorean nonsense. Perfect. In that case, I am going to give help to. I'm going to give help to Calm with the bonus action. And as an action, I am going to pull one. I'm going to go to the corsage. Rayfield's going to go to the corsage, pull one of the one of the petals off of it to get the +1 dagger, and he is going to throw it at the 40-foot Strix.
For sure. Yeah, so I didn't reveal this to anybody yet. Mainly because we didn't like have anybody kind of look at the flower and decide what it was. If you guys attempted to add the corsage of the hidden thorn, it would give you like an item, right? I need to adjust it for you guys because it's just significant. So there is one dagger in there that is +1, just for everyone's sake, just so everybody knows. Technically, I don't know it yet, but it seems like that was a overlook on my end. So Chris, I will allow that. That's fine.
Okay, I was gonna say he would get like he would almost get like a feeling from it, as if he could do so, if that helps with it, or
I'll
if you
allow
just
that.
don't want it to be a thing right now.
I'll
Okay.
allow that. I'll allow that. I'll allow some sort of instinct that the rose could help you, and we'll allow that to go.
Yeah.
I
So
was just waiting for us to get to the next stop for that, but it's fine. Go ahead.
absolutely. So just you know, something almost forgotten or remembered pulling at the back of his mind as he goes to help Calm. His hand almost instinctively goes down to grab his sword, but instead of grabbing his sword, he grabs at one of the flowers, and as he pulls it, this you know, beautiful +1 dagger, flowery dagger, comes off it. And after giving it a look, he will jam it as hard as he can, throwing it towards the lesser Strix that's 40 feet.
Awesome.
And because that will be a long range attack, that will have to be at disadvantage. So that's 18, and then... Oh yeah, 18 with disadvantage.
Wonderful. That'll hit.
Nice. And he's gonna do a clean 6 damage.
6 damage to Swarm A.
Yep.
All right.
And,
What kind of damage is that?
Piercing.
Piercing. Yeah, you're gonna see you don't land quite as well as you thought.
Oh, I see. It is, I believe, magical because it's considered a +1.
I
if that
appreciate it.
effective.
Thank you. Still.
Does that? Okay, gotcha. And then is Rayfield technically like grappling Oksana now in regards to like, could I help her move somewhere?
Hold
Because
on. Let me adjust
I believe
this.
with
Let me adjust this health really quick. Okay, so that's 6 damage. Go ahead.
if I remember, Oksana is on level 2 exhaustion now. Is that right, Erica?
Yep.
And that means her speed is cooked. So
Halved for everyone else who doesn't know what cooked
yeah.
means.
So he could just say to her, Oksana, where would you like to go? I can help you get there.
Oh, I'm fine here if you need to help people.
Okay. I don't, not quite yet, but if I need to, I will let you go. And that's gonna be the end of his turn.
Wonderful. Perfect. Perfect. Oksana, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to cast Firebolt at Swarm A. This. 16 to hit.
16 to hit. Which one? Swarm A or B?
Swarm A.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. And that's 6 points of fire damage.
Wonderful. That will do a lot more damage than you anticipated.
Ooh, okay. In that case.
When I say
see
that, guys, that usually means that thing has a vulnerability to a thing. As to when I say it doesn't do as much damage as you think, that is a resistance, which means it takes half damage versus the vulnerability's double damage. Just for the newbies.
Seeing that, I'm going to use Quicken Spell, Chromatic Orb. Nice. Okay. I have... Wait. I don't have the range. Fuck! Get down here. 50 feet up. Well, never mind. I can't. I can't reach.
I forgot to plug
Or
in
no, 90
Irina.
feet.
I forgot to plug in Irina. She's here.
You're fine. Okay. The range is 90 feet, so I can cast Chromatic Orb. I will do it at the Greater Strix.
Perfect.
Just at a first level.
I am going to, before you roll that, is that a roll thing?
Yes.
Okay, if you have to roll to hit that, Irina is going to give you leadership. And so add a d8 to that roll.
Ooh, okay. She's also bossy like her brother. That's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sweet. So that'll be 1, 2. Where's another one? 3d8 of fire damage.
And as a
15
refresher,
points.
leadership is only towards attack rolls, yeah?
It is towards attack rolls or a saving throw. So, this can be done as an action, but she was supposed to go before Oksana. So, I'm just going to have her, because, like, her action is to give it to someone. So she's going to give it to Oksana. By the whole next turn, Oksana can add a 1d8 to an attack roll or a saving throw. Irene, hold on. Yeah. So, whenever a non-hostile creature that he can see with 30 feet of it makes the creature can add a d8 to its roll, provided if it can hear and understand him, or her. Perfect. So yeah, so up until the next turn, can Irina give that to someone else? But yeah, for right now, only Oksana has it. 1d8 to an ability, to a saving throw or a attack roll.
Cool. So that was 15 fire damage to the Greater Strix.
Got it.
Goddamn.
15 fire damage. Perfect. Just as you thought it would hit. Which means regular. Anyways, Oksana. Anything else?
That's all I can do. I'll just stay there.
All right, calm.
Yep. Calm. Calm is targeting the Strix swarm in front of her. It seems the most
one-
pertinent.
The one dive bombing you.
Yeah. She's gonna kind of important for her to defend herself in this situation, I believe. Yep. She can't quite hit it 60 feet in the air, so she's gonna Eldritch Blast
With advantage.
Wonderful.
with oh right, yep, with the help. A 19 with advantage. Yeah.
Wonderful. A 19 with advantage. So that'll hit.
It's gonna deal 7 force.
7 force damage.
7 force damage. Yep.
Perfect. Boom. Alright, anything else?
I think she's probably planning to move, but then she turns around and sees that Irina's behind her, and that if she does move, the swarm might dive bomb her instead. So she's actually gonna stay in place here.
Nice. You had saw Irina kind of barking in order, not barking in order, but rather giving guidance. It's more passionate coming from Irina, like she's trying to help you versus seeming like an order from Ismark. But she was getting ready to bring out her crossbow when that was happening. So she'll have a crossbow next turn. That being said, we're going to go back to the top of the order. And the Greater Strix is going to fly. And then it is going to shoot down. This thing is going to shoot at Oksana. Does a 12 hit.
Shield.
You said what?
Now I cast shield, so now it doesn't.
Okay, perfect. Wonderful. We're going to have one at
Or else it
Rayfield.
would.
That'll be a 9 to hit. And they're going to have one at Irene. And that'll be a 21 to hit. And that'll be 5
That hits
piercing
for
damage.
Irene.
That'll be 5 piercing damage on you. And it'll continue moving. Perfect. Irene, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to move towards Swarm A. And then I'm going to cast Sacred Flame. And you'll have to be 12 for Dexterity saving throw.
Alright, Swarm A. Dexterity saving throw. They got an 18.
Okay, that's a miss.
Nothing happens even if they pass?
Nope.
Okay. Anything else from Irene?
No.
Alright. We're gonna go over to this swarm that she just attacked. It's gonna move 10 feet and it's gonna dive bomb and swarm Irene. So this is... Ooh.
They're fucking multiplying.
So this is swarming Irene right now. There is... It's just in your space. Right now, Irene. You can still attempt to attack it. But obviously, you know, magic spells and whatnot, like, you're going to have to move from it in order to attack it. And when you move away from it, it'll probably get you with an opportunity attack, most likely. So that's what's fucking with you right now, just so you're aware, Irene. But beyond that, it is also going to attack you here. So we're going to have beaks come at you. That'll be a 5 to hit. Wow. Okay. And then we're going to go back down to Luster Swarm B. This one's going to dive bomb onto Calm.
I hope Irina has crossbow master.
So it's just going to be getting. It can either get you or her with the opportunity to attack. So that'll be good for either one of you, actually. But it's going to beak attack you right now. That is a 23 to hit on Calm.
What do you think? Yes,
I
it does
think
hit.
I think you're going to take
It
5
does hit.
slashing damage.
I am taking 5 slashing damage, yes.
Wonderful. All right.
I love that he always asks. I love that he always asks.
Cause I mean, you just heard shield. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no.
I have
no,
to
I
do
get it.
that. Chef.
Okay, let me.
I just love hearing 23 and does.
Does this hit the level 3 warlock? Maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe.
All right, Chef, it's your turn.
Alright. After he lets go of that bird, Chef is. God, this is. Okay. 5. I'm gonna assume that's 20 feet. And he gets. Hold up. So he gets. Well, you're supposed to get 1 free item interact. Yes? So I could equip a hand axe without it getting into my action.
Yeah, like say when the barbs came out, you would have been able to pull out a weapon.
Cool. Alright. Chef is gonna pull out a little handy dandy hand axe. If it lets me, like, equip it, that would be cool, thank you. And he's gonna throw that handy dandy hand axe straight at the Greater Strix. And that's gonna be 60 feet, so that will be with disadvantage. Wait, is it with 60? Well, I guess, yeah, it's in the air.
Are you Pythagoning it?
Listen, I failed math in high school. I'm doing something. I scored a 10. I'm pretty sure that's a miss.
Yeah. No, that's a miss.
Okay.
That's certainly a miss.
Well. And as that hand axe goes veering off into God knows where, a little voice in the back of Chef's brain is just going to sound amused and say, "Ah, those big arms absolutely wasted on you, isn't it?" And that's going to be it.
Okay, I need you to DM me. Rayfield, you go.
Yeah.
Rayfield is going to see as the Strix descend on Calm and on Irene. He is very aware that he is the last one she wants to be around right now, but he hopes that she can forgive him this potentially life or death moment. He is going to let go of Oksana, and with a quick please keep yourself safe, before running up here. And actually, real quick, Judo, this Strix was the one that I threw my knife at, the thorn, if you will. Would it still be like in its body, or did it fall into this area? What would you say?
So the rules that I wanted to write for that one was that if it does disappear within your range of you for whatever the amount of time it says on the Corsage of the Hidden Thorn, that was going to remain true. So what does it say on Corsage of the Hidden Thorn?
Yeah, that's also why I was asking about it. Let's see. If a removed thorn is more than 5 feet away from the Corsage, at the end of the turn, it withers and becomes an ordinary dead rose. Okay, I thought it's at the end of the next turn. Never mind. So that's fine. So yeah, he is going to. He is going to.
Irene,
let me do this first.
Irene, let go of my map. You're scaring me.
The whole map. Yeah, he. I'm not sure who needs the help. Fuck. He is just gonna go up right now, and he is going to do the rapier attack on the Strix, grabbing onto your.
Link? Or no?
That is a 3. I do have. So, it's if you don't move. Could I use my bonus action, Judo, to give myself help on
No.
that attack?
No.
Okay.
That sounded mean. I meant no.
No. No, that sounded right. That sounded right. In that case, he is going to. Yeah, he is going to pull out the real dagger from his hip and do a little 2-weapon fighting here because they're both the rapier and the dagger's light, and he's going to go for an attack with the dagger.
Wonderful.
And it's going to be a 15.
15. Awesome. That'll hit.
Gotcha. In regards to the rule of adding in the dex to the attack, do you know if it mattered if the first attack didn't hit? Would I be able to add it onto this, or is it just the second attack never hits it?
I'm sorry. What's the second attack for?
For the dagger, for the 2-weapon fighting. But with
the
2-weapon
offhand?
fighting, yeah, because the first one didn't hit, do I get my dex bonus to this one, or do I just not get it?
No, you definitely don't get your dex bonus to that one. To the
Okay,
offhand,
gotcha.
like pretty much ever, unless you have that one thing that allows you to.
Yep. That's going to do 2 damage, and then for the sneak attack, that is going to be another 2 damage. 2
And
ones.
what kind of
Love that.
damage is that?
That is going to be double piercing damage.
I hear you. Again, you're not able to place your place it onto. So you're getting the resistance from it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Gotcha.
So
And
they do
then
half that. All right.
yeah, used his bonus action on the attack, so he cannot help. Unlucky. And that's it for him.
Okay, I need to have this Raven go. This Raven is gonna go and intercept this Greater Strix. Ooh, 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 ooh. And it is going to attack at the Greater Strix. That was like 18, awesome, and it hit it. Wonderful, it hit the Strix. And we will move on. Oksana, it's almost your turn. I need to have Irina go. Irina has her bow out. Let me put this through. Irina has her bow out. Unfortunately, the swarm's here. What she's going to do is she is going to move away from the swarm. The swarm's going to attempt to attack her to take the reaction. It gets an 11 to hit, and that is not enough. Perfect. So the reaction from the swarm is gone. And then she will begin to shoot at the Greater Strix above her. Let me go ahead and do that. That is... that'll hit. And that'll do... 1d10 damage. 7, 13. Wonderful. Oh, halved. Perfect, okay. So she damages the Strix as well. And then, from that point, that'll be on Oksana.
Okay. How is the Lesser A doing?
Lesser A is bloodied.
Okay.
It's
That's
dismantling.
that 2 damage.
It's dismantling.
Battered.
In that case. Well, I hope we don't fight anything else in the next 2 hours. Can I safely attack it with it swarming around Irene?
Yeah.
Or do I risk hitting her?
No, I think you can safely attack it without hitting her right now.
Okay. Chromatic orb. Yeah, that's a 18 to hit.
That wouldn't be a 5-foot space thing, would it? Like, it attacks the thing within a 5-foot space? Versus
No, a
targeted?
creature you can see.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool, thank you.
pick.
I hope you guys could understand. I would make that hit her for sure.
Yeah, that would be fair. 21 points of fire damage.
Damn, that's crazy, Irene.
Jesus.
21 points of damage on you. Isn't that crazy?
Liar. Fibber.
Uh-huh.
What did you add to get 21, by the way?
3d8.
That's-
I rolled 2 8s and a 5.
That's cool.
Never doubt me.
And you rolled to hit, right? I'm tripping. Am I tripping?
Yeah, I rolled an 18 to hit.
Okay, cool.
Don't take this from me. Give me my
He'll
double
tell it how
effective
it
fire
dies
damage.
now.
Give me my
Perfect.
42 fire damage.
Yeah, you see the flame hit the wall of these Strix, and almost like each one after it gets, catches the backdraft of this flame, and just all around Irene. Eventually, you see it consume, and you see all of these Strix just fall at your feet, all like burned and smelling of like rotted wood, with Oksana standing in the background. Yay! They're
And
dead.
also, Rayfield, gag.
Yeah.
The bad guy. Okay. Anything else, Oksana? Movement?
No, I think I'll just stay there. These things are so fast, I don't know if moving's gonna help.
Cool. Calm.
Yeah, it's my turn. Yep.
He
Hi,
says
hello.
calmly.
Yeah. Did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Uh, Goodness. I think she's gonna stay defensive in this situation because she is currently hurt, bloodied, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to cast Armor of Agathis on herself for another 10 HP.
Very cool.
Or that's not the right thing. There we go. But as her bonus action, actually, I tried to direct her eyeline, despite the swarm, towards the Greater Strix and cast her Hexblade's Curse.
Cool. If you don't mind throwing on that little symbol on there.
Yep, nope,
Thank
I'm
you.
working on it. I was
my-
also checking it off on my.
You're my favorite warlock.
Why is it so small?
Me, because I made the shape around it big.
No, no. Yep. She's gonna stay where she is though. That's the end of her turn.
Perfect. The Greater Strix is going to be attacking at. It's going to be attacking at the Raven.
No.
Leave that man alone.
That was a natural 20.
Cool.
Someone give inspiration now.
Not a
Okay.
crumb of inspiration for our new friend. Shake my fucking head.
I would have done it if Chef didn't eat it.
See what you caused, Modal.
I would say something right now, but I know better.
21 points of damage. And then 10 to hit. Wonderful. Wonderful. Perfect. It will attack it, and the raven will begin to fall down and plummet. It took all 3 of its attacks. Irene, it's your turn. Bird's falling. It will fall at the beginning of its turn and hit the ground.
Irene is going to go next to Calm. And she is going to
Did my call crash, or is it just real?
It's quiet.
Okay.
above table, Judo. Are you able to tell me if the Strix have an immunity to necromancy spells?
Oh no, those things I kind of tell you as you figure them out. I try to say it as plainly as possible.
Okay.
Well, at least I'm gonna start doing it now.
Okay, great.
But yeah, you guys are gonna figure it out,
Okay.
or you ask questions around, and you start to learn things. But yeah.
I hate
Okay.
learning things.
I guess I'll learn things, and I'll inflict wounds on the lesser Strix Swarm Bee.
Awesome. That's cool.
He's laughing. He's already laughing.
Right, to hit was
Was
a
a
13.
13 hit?
That does hit.
Okay. And that does 18 points of damage.
Wow.
Maybe.
Yeah, it does do 18 points of damage. As you see that energy collapse onto each other Strix in its way, like as it's flying by your hand, right? It is just being touched by your hand, and you see these things falling down. That is bloodied now. Anything else for me?
I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. Swarm of Lesser Strix is going to peck at you, Irene. They're not going to peck at you. They're going to claw at you. That'll be a 13 to hit.
It
Why not
doesn't
me?
hit.
Wonderful. Why not you? Because you weren't hitting it just now. So that'll be yeah, a miss. Yay. And then I believe it is yeah, it's Chef's turn.
Chef is going to baseball catch this raven. Boop.
You're gonna catch the raven? Yay.
Yeah. And then he's gonna pull out the other axe. And he's gonna throw that axe. And he's gonna hope that it hits this time. Nice. We got a 21. Yeah.
Fucking
Wonderful.
yeah.
We got 9 slashing damage. Hot.
Dang.
Sexy. Single bear in your area. And that's his turn.
All right. which 9.5 and rounded down is a number we're all familiar with, right, guys?
Yeah, 4.5.
Am I right, Erica? We all know what 9 halved is.
Would
And
you
rounded
like to
down.
round up or round down? We set the precedent.
Is this rage bait? Is this rage
And we round down, right, guys? That's how we do it.
We round
Yeah.
down, we round down, we round down.
Mm,
I'm gonna take the rounding down. I'm gonna be so for real with you guys.
All right. Perfect.
This is not just our rules. I just want to let you
I,
guys know.
I think we should round up, personally.
Round up for us, round down for the enemies.
Come on, Judo, give us something, man.
All
my
right.
family is starving, Judo. Just
Nothing.
to crop damage.
Nothing. You did your damage. Anything else, Chef?
No, that's it.
Wonderful. Okay. And then now I'm gonna have. All right. Raven falls into your hand. Perfect. And then we have Dorian's turn.
Mr. Dorian's turn. Alright, let's go. He is just going to... If I'm here, would I get flanking on the Strix? I don't know if it would count with Calm being, like, inside
Inside.
it.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, Irina is at the other side.
Yeah, you could
No,
go on the
I-
other side of Irene.
No, I don't have enough. Well, no, because I would need the last 5 to get there. No, I can. I should not. I am going to.
Bonus action dash.
No, I will not. I'm just going to stab it with the old rapier.
All right.
13 hit.
A 13 does hit.
Nice. That is going to be 8 plus sneak attack 7 for a total of 15 piercing.
Awesome. Which is a number we're all familiar with, which is
Rounded up,
7.
of course. Rounded up, of course. And then he is going to.
Well, he doesn't have to do anything with
I
his
mean-
Lesser Strix because the Lesser Strix is going to essentially be swatted away at the end. The rest of them hitting the ground.
Nice. So yeah, Calm will just be revealed to Rayfield piecing him up from the outside. And then as he gets done with it, seeing the big work that Oksana's fire did on the other one, he is going to give his help for this turn to her. And that'll be it.
Just letting you know, if she kills the Strix, that's +6 healing for her.
Real.
Do Oksana's counter.
Alright. There is a combat order here. Perfect. So it's gonna be Irina. Irina's gonna take another shot at the Greater Strix. Awesome, that'll hit. Wonderful. That will hit for 8 piercing damage. Okay, and then now it's Oksana's. That'll be Oksana's turn.
Well, I'm out of first level slots, so I guess I'll use a second level. Advantage.
Me when I'm a spellcaster.
That's good. Yeah, that's like a 19 to hit.
Alright, that'll hit.
Was that with advantage?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Was that with
You
the plus
saved me from a
1d8?
nat 1. Oh, I thought that only lasted a turn. So that's 27 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. It cast shield.
Shield. Alright, how much damage?
Oh, God, I can't do math. No one look at me. 16. 22 points of fire damage.
Okay. Awesome.
Don't be mad at me.
No, that's fine.
That damage is going on Rayfield's counter, by the way, because I saved you from the natural one. Appreciate it.
That is fine. Anything else?
Nope.
Wonderful. It is Calm's turn.
Mm-hmm. I think Palm looks to the both of them, Aaron and Rayfield, giving them both a nod. Thank you. As she and then just moving over here to Eldritch Blast the Strix.
Wonderful.
And that is a 20.
Cool.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Okay, wow.
Let me just get rid of this double die thing. 12 force damage.
Wonderful. Yeah, describe what that looks like when you
And
blast this
sorry. And then
Mhm.
plus sorry. It doesn't matter actually. You just because you
It
say
doesn't
because
matter,
it's
but if
dead.
you want to roll the damage,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna
it
take it from you. You can do it.
No, I was just adding the
me
plus. I was adding the +2 because the Hexblade's curse, so it's 14 damage. But doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
You went over so it actually heals now?
That's a good idea.
Is it?
No.
No,
Question mark?
for like
Anyway.
an absolute nightmare monster to create.
You got the exact change on the damage.
Okay. Anyway.
It's like fucking. It's like someone getting anal about their change at like a coffee. Not speaking from a personal experience here.
All right, awesome. Yeah, describe how what that looks like as you strike this Greater Strix for the last time.
She had kept her sword in a low stance, so he drags it up from the floor, like slashing at the ground and then pointing at the Strix. There's a low hum from her sword. There's the tendrils of shadow that usually append her magic, almost like sharpen and aim, like spearing the Strix through its head as it launches from the tip of her sword.
Awesome. I like it. Wonderful. This Strick almost, with a combination of fire and all, you just see like it explode into all of its parts, falling down separately around Chef and all. You'll see these like sacks of cloth that were attached to its wings, the sharp blades hit the ground, these needles that it was shooting at you all, also just laid out about on the ground underneath it, and you guys are officially out of combat.
I want to say real quick, as it's ending here and as things are settling down, Rayfield is going to quickly move from Irene and go to mostly to get away, but he's going to go inspect the Strix bodies.
Okay. Wonderful. Great. And then from there, we're going to take a 13-minute break. So we'll be back at the top of the hour. Oh, 12-minute break.
Sounds good.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Hey, Chris, really quick.
Yeah.
So on the last round, did you use an action and then you use the help thing?
On the last round, yeah, help, and then my bonus action help.
Okay. You did help to help. You did help and then bonus action help?
No, I attacked it with the rapier, and then I did bonus action help on Oksana.
Bonus action help. Okay.
Yeah. That is what my subclass allows me to do.
Is a bonus action, like help, you can use as a bonus action?
Yes, and it extends the range to 30 feet.
Okay, for sure. I need to check in on that because the way that whatever was captured on the thing that you sent didn't say bonus action, but I can see why they don't always introduce it. So that's fine. I just wanted to.
It's
confirm.
called the Master of Tactics. If you're looking for it.
Yeah, I'll look for that. I'm just gonna look at your sheet. Just want to make sure I am familiar with that.
Okay.
All right, that's all. Everyone enjoy your break.
Teacher asked to see me after class. Fuck.
Okay. right back.
Hi, Judo.
Is everyone back?
Yes.
Real quick, before we get going again, Judo and I clarified a rule in regards to the help action. I was reading it wrong. I thought I gave help to another player to assist them on their next attack. Turns out I give help to the enemy, and the next person that hits it, whoever it is, gets advantage. Just going forward, that will be how it is, in case you guys wonder why a change.
Okay.
Patch notes.
Patch notes. I like that. I'm gonna steal that.
That's inspiration right there.
All right, let me just breathe a little bit. I was doing stuff while we were on break.
I tried.
I'm gonna get my non-inspiration taken away from me.
Reverse inspiration.
I'm gonna get
You-
negative inspiration. my next roll.
You have to choose a roll to impose disadvantage on.
Rayfield, come here.
Hmm?
Gonna grapple Rayfield. Still get it with a disadvantage.
You don't have to do that. Chef has advantage on those.
Yeah, but it's not chef grab. She wants to do it herself. She thinks she can. Go ahead, roll for it.
He should just be excited. A
I'm-
woman wants to touch
That's
him.
beat a 21. Beat a 21 right
that's
now.
bait.
Beat
that's
a
bait.
21 right now.
She's gonna start beating something.
The noble ladies find him quite charming, and the common lasses think of him as very regal and appealing. That is
It's canon.
that is his
It's canon.
headcanon from where he's
It's
from.
canon.
That is
canon.
that
I
is
swear
from
to
where
God,
he's
it's
from,
canon.
maybe.
I swear to God, it's canon.
Cannon, I swear, guys.
Judo, it's what my character would do. Come on.
You sent
my
a question
character.
in the middle of a game.
It got answered pretty quick.
And it
so I
got-
don't know. I
And it
feel
got
like
maybe the most responses that any of my questions have in like a month.
hey, if the method works,
This is the only time that I can be sure you guys are all gonna be here to answer it.
All right. Perfect. So we are back. The Strix are all laid about in the ground. Again, Rayfield, you're looking at pieces of like wood on the ground, like burlap, a burlap sack or so, pieces of like crafting of some sort. Although you don't see things that would bind it to each other. This thing is was created or was animated beyond like a mechanical means. Chef, in your hands is a wounded bird, still with silver barbs inside of its skin, or in it. And Irina kind of looks back to normal, to herself, shooting the crossbow. The Strix fall, you know, you see her kind of labored breathing. She looks back at, you know, Calm and Irina Roxana. And then she says, you know, breathing a little heavier, and it says, okay, what's next? And she starts to, like, you know, maybe get another arrow ready or so. And she says, I'll keep watch. What was that? And she'll just, like, kind of walk past Calm and Roxana, kind of walk around.
Real quick, could Rayfield do an perhaps an Arcana check on the pieces of the destroyed Strix. See if there's any latent does it feel like there's any like magic still within this, or is it truly just mundane at this point?
I think it's easy to tell that it's mundane.
Okay. Anything worth taking, or is it really just scrap at this point?
Anything that would be worth taking, at least by the looks of it, would be you have these like silvered barbs that are attached to it. They're very thin, right, and used to pierce very like small things or creatures, right. You would have to get a good bundle of them for it to be worth anything at all. But alas, there are some many silver barbs here. I would say about 20 or 30 or so of them.
Yeah, could I go for if I would even need to roll, could I go for a sleight of hand perhaps to get these barbs off of here?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're gonna attempt to grab these barbs here, right?
Yeah, to like pick them off.
Perfect. There is a mechanism that they're attached to. So
Jesus.
I'm gonna need you to get, because the rest of them that have been shot around or whatnot, either got pierced into the ground because they're so small, or pierced and poking out of ravens or yourselves, right? So you have like a bundle here of them. So for you to you can see this mechanism. You don't really know much about this mechanism, but if you want to attempt to pull it off, yeah, let's get a sleight of hand and see if you can pull that off without something bad happening.
Yeah, and I don't suppose I could seeing what it did before, would he know that this has the chance of going off if he does this wrong, so far as to perhaps get away from everybody before he does it?
There is a I probably used poor choice of words and saying mechanism. What is your passive? What I'm trying to make sure.
On the passive perception.
No, I would be looking for investigation. I think it
14.
is. I think that you wouldn't know that it's like a mechanism, that's triggering this.
Damn. Yeah. So he's gonna see it, and as was spoken of before, they might run into a situation soon where they need the silver. So not perhaps knowing any better, he's gonna go to try and pick it off with the sleight of hand.
Cool. Yeah, you're looking to just beat a 12.
Okay, got 17.
Wonderful. Yeah, you pick off a bundle. It's almost like you're picking off a kind of like it's kind of like a circular like magazine, if you will, of them. It just has like this, threaded these like these needles inside of them, just going in like a small rotation. Kind of looks like yeah, kind of like, I don't know. I guess I'll just go out of whatever, but like like a revolver, right? Has that, but
Yeah.
imagine 30 really small things full of silver.
Gotcha. Yeah, he is going to take that real carefully, just taking him off there before holding him up to everybody. As mentioned, we might need the silver. Could somebody else check the others to see if they still have some of their silver on them? I believe I can safely remove them. And he'll get up after doing so.
You guys will hear the gate over where the graveyard is. You'll hear it open. Gate noises.
I think Chef will run to Arene, who is the closest to treat this bird. And as he does this, he's going to hear loud, raucous laughter in the back of his head, and that voice again saying, "So you would go to the doctor to feel this bird, the one you fed to the wolves? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you do have a pair of stones to speak of." And he's going to, as best as he can, will this voice down as he hands this bird to Irene for healing.
Irene will gingerly take the raven from Chef, and she will cast a healing word on the raven. And sorry, 1 second. That is 6 points of
6 points of healing. Wonderful. Yeah, so the raven will look maybe slightly comforted, but the needles are still embedded in it.
right. Okay. May I attempt to take the needles out of the raven?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Can Seth help with that and give advantage?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna make a roll for it just because you guys are taking time to do that.
Cool.
So I will allow you guys to do that. I'm going to just ask for a check at the end of it to see, basically like what you all got out of it. Okay. But we're gonna have you spend time on doing that. You're an A plucking at it. The Raven's like unconscious, so it's not gonna be moving when you're pulling the things out. Okay. Calm and Oksana. What are you guys up to? I'm gonna have Irina walk all the way out to the crossroads.
I was muted. Damn it. I'm gonna go check the signpost.
And she'll say, "Not too far, Oksana." Checking the signpost, Oksana, you will see that the words here and all are still like decayed, almost like rotted wood on itself, pecked at or beaten over time, carved out. Essentially, just a waste of a sign pointing wherever you would be going. You could tell that this bird was going to be standing potentially on the right place to go.
Well, okay. I don't know the right place to go.
Yeah, Irina will call for you and say, "So do you know where, Oksana?"
Sorry, they're a little worn down.
Oh. Most things are. She said, "My brother said we'd have a tough time on the road." But he always says we have to trust our gut. So where do you think we go?
Did Rayfield tell the rest of us about his little, map?
Yes, and I believe Ismark himself actually relayed some of the information. So everyone's in the know with what he told Rayfield.
Gotcha. What did he tell Rayfield? Remind me the person. What's your map say?
Yeah, hold on. It says. So here's the notes I took from Ismark. West, ridge, Svalak woods, treacherous, no horse or carriage, on foot. Hangman's area, after/through the woods, so that's where we are. Graveyard, cut off, Dirt road into trees. Colorful tents, Vistani. So we are at graveyard, cut off. Dirt road
Okay.
into trees. Take that as you will.
So, is this to our right? Is this like the smaller road, Judo?
It could be.
Great.
Which one looks more like dirt road into trees?
It's all dirt.
It's all
God damn it,
dirt.
Ismark.
No, this
It's
dirt's actually
fine.
made out of silt.
All right, Irene and I think Chef, you guys get it pulled out. All of it pulled out. But you can tell that this raven is almost like sleeping, like recovering from the attacks.
Okay.
And then I need you guys to make a perception check.
Everybody or just them too?
Calm, you're next to them. That's fine. You could do it.
Okay.
But it's just Calm, Chef, Irene.
Chef
10
high
for
rolling with the
Irene.
6.
12.
I'm so sorry. Calm got a 12. Chef got what?
Yeah.
High rolling with the 6.
Okay. Irene?
10.
10? Okay, wonderful. So, Irene and Calm will be able to make out some words that come out from the raven's mouth. And he says, "You were right to leave me." Mimicry as the raven falls down.
I think
Chef.
Irene's just gonna kind of look at Calm and Chef, like not knowing what to make of that.
Chef will look at the bird in his hands and say, well, no matter what we decide, our guide is resting for the moment. If you wish to rest too, I will not object to it.
Just kind of looks around, and I don't think this is the best place for rest.
Chef, in a little moment of slight sarcasm and even a hint of nihilism, says, "Oh, what is any good place to rest around here?"
Irene will walk back. Was saying, like she's just like in a course of thought talking. And she says, any ideas where you guys think we should go from here? And as she's on her way out, Oksana, you're going to hear almost like a breathing on the back of your neck. It sounds maybe like and it begs you to turn around.
Is it a voice I recognize?
It's
or
not a voice, it's a
anything
breath.
Familiar? Just a breath. I think just in like the instinct of feeling that, she would whip around.
You whip around and you see the signposts again. Behind that, and almost after a while of looking there, trying to understand what was at your neck, do you see a small shadow of a creature? Your eyes fix on it just enough. You see the eyes of a wolf. And then from that point, you see that wolf turns and walks this way. but it stays
Um,
just secluded enough into the forest.
I think we should go to the right. If I'm remembering the map, then I think that's the path.
Chef will look towards Oksana and then towards the lantern and say, well, it would make sense. The lantern, something made by civilization, is pointing us direction. I'm all for it then, if you all are.
Can Rayfield? Rayfield wants to get a look at the sign itself, if that is possible.
You can totally go up to look at it. Yes.
Yeah. As they start discussing which way to go, he wants to take a look for himself.
Awesome. As you pass by the gate, you're gonna hear, "Psst, over here," come from the
He'll
inside
turn.
of the cemetery.
Yeah, he'll turn. Turn to look. That is.
And you look in, you just see nothing but a bunch of gravestones.
Must have been the wind. He's
Awesome.
gonna.
You're gonna walk away?
Don't.
He's gonna hope that it was just the wind. It was just short enough that maybe it was nothing.
Wonderful.
And he's
When you
enough
turn
for
around,
now,
yeah,
so.
awesome. When you turn around, you're
Yeah.
going to hear another voice come from the gravestones. You're going to end up here.
He's gonna turn around again. To the graveyard, that is.
And then, just like looking out into it, it's going to be just more noise, just regular woodland noises. And if for a moment you think to look away, you hear it snap from the stones again. You might as well just die
Yeah.
now. And then you hear a loud thud and almost a tightening of a rope. And then you hear a slow creaking. Coming from behind you where the gallows are.
He doesn't have like dark vision. His good vision is to like hear. So he's gonna be like squinting in there. He can hear it, but he can't really see it. He's gonna turn to look at Chef and Oksana just to see if they're reacting at all.
Sure.
Basically,
Well-
do they hear it?
Well, you turn towards the gallows where you heard the sound.
Yeah.
At the same time, and when you do, you see hanging on the gallows, swinging from it, you see a red-haired man about your size, wearing your clothes, swinging silently, and you just hear the creaking.
Is
Go ahead and give me a
his
sanity
hands are
check.
gonna go up. Okay. That's a big 3, sir.
That's a big fail.
I think that is a respectable failure, seeing yourself swing from the fucking gallows. Yeah, his hands are gonna come onto the bars of the gate and just tighten around him a little bit. Does it feel like he could open this if does it feel loose that he could just go in there?
Sure, so you're looking this way, but then you're going to turn around and put your hands on the gates?
Yeah, as this was happening, he is going to turn to look.
I'm so sorry. You don't have to rotate it. I just see you're going to go this way. Perfect. Awesome. So you're gonna go. You're gonna put your hands on the gate to push it forward.
Yeah, yeah, just a little bit, almost like unconsciously.
Can Chef like just put an arm on his back for just a moment?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Chef, you've just seen Rayfield whip his head back and forth, almost like he's looking into the graveyard, and then back into the gallows, and then back to the graveyard, like he's stuck in some sort of trance.
The chef is just gonna come up from behind him and say, "Son, in a land teeming with undead, I don't think the smartest decision would be to open the graveyard."
As he says that, Judo,
Mhm.
is he? What with his 30 feet of fucking human vision? Is he seeing anything else in there?
Yeah, he sees a gravestone, um, new, out of place, and he sees his name written on it.
As the almost unlike Rayfield, as the hand comes down from Chef, he's not gonna jump or make a noise or anything. He's just going to let go of the bars. He's just going to let go, turn around, and almost in a robotic, in a cold robotic way, as he goes back to his original task of looking towards the signpost. He's just gonna say, "It's fine, Chef. There's nothing in there anyway." And just move past him and go to the sign.
Perfect. The signs are once again decayed, scratched off, almost like someone has been abusing these signs to make sure nobody knows where they're going.
Could I go for an investigation check to try and pull anything from these signs, or is it truly
It's like
that bad?
beyond. It is like definitely
Okay.
a point.
Gotcha.
A point made that they don't want anybody to know where they're going.
Yeah, perhaps given the information that Ismark told him, plus just his own intelligence, could I perhaps turn that into looking between both paths to perhaps see if one of them more so fits the description that he gave us?
Yeah, give me a survival check.
Survival. Fuck. It's gonna be a big ol' 6.
All right, that'll fail. You can't really discern exactly where you should go.
Yeah, he's just gonna go to the sign and then back up a little bit and be looking between the two roads, hoping to see anything. But Oksana and Chef are right. The light seems to be pointing them that way, and light hopefully means some amount of humanity. So he's just gonna say, I can't pull anything from those signs, and neither of these paths seems the better inherently. But what you said is true. If we follow the light, hopefully it will lead to where we want to go. He's gonna turn around to everybody. Is everyone ready to keep moving?
Of course. Lead the way then.
And he's going to specifically, he's going to look at everyone, but specifically, he's going to look at Irene again. See how she's doing, just from a distance.
Yeah, Irene is still definitely like avoiding looking at Rayfield, so she's sort of like looking at the ground in his general direction. And I think instead of speaking in reply to his question, she's just going to start to move forward down the path that they agreed to go down.
Wonderful.
And just for the final thing, he's going to go back to Oksana and once again offer his assistance if she needs it / wants it to help move along here a little bit faster.
Yeah, she'll take it. She's still moving slow.
Yeah, then he'll once again just wrap the arm and continue on.
Sure. All right. We will move forward through the woods, and eventually, you will see a more earthen path that leads through some woods. But with that, do you start to hear a rushing of water come from down that path? This sounds like a body of water to your right. And that obviously points towards this this pool potentially, where you would be hoping to meet the Vistani. You move down, and eventually you find colored tents. You see them from afar, and you're walking your way towards them. You see there are several carriages, wagons, all of these looking similar to the ones that you rode in on, or with, or alongside, and they're all stationed in a small area. You see that there is a campfire going on. You see there are several people sitting around the campfire. Beyond that, there are several tents here with like lanterns around them and all. One looks more pronounced, just larger than the others. But there is drinking as you're walking up. There is laughing. It looks like the group over by the fire are potentially telling each other tales. Just general camaraderie going on as you are walking towards this Vistani encampment. Perception check on all of you, please. Or rather, yeah, perception check.
6 from Rayfield.
This is going to be a group check, by the way, so more than half of you guys have to pass. Or half or more.
What are we aiming for?
You guys are aiming for a 13.
20 for Irene.
Oksana got a 9.
What did Chef get again?
A 4.
All right, and then Calm, what'd you get?
Could we have Irina?
Can you have Irina roll? No.
What about the crow?
No. All right, you guys walk up, and yeah, you just see that there are several of these of what you would know to be Vistanis sitting around a fire, sharing stories with each other. And
Do they? Sorry.
And one turns around and glances at you as the other ones kind of like, guide their attention towards you, and you see one stand up. Ah, travelers?
Hello. Yes, travelers. Just making our way through the forest.
Ah, adventurers. And he points at you all.
Of a sort, perhaps. But just for now, looking for a nice place to rest, perhaps. We had heard tell of this camp, and we're hoping to perhaps join you tonight.
Oh, rest. Yes. Rest, of course. But you were expected. So rest you will find. But someone would like to speak to you.
Does this person perhaps have a name, sir? And you as well, of course.
Ah, yes. My name is Stanimir. Forgive me. What is yours?
Stenimir, well met. I am just called Rayfield, sir.
Wonderful, Rayfield. Nice to meet you. I'm sure we will get well acquainted. But I've been asked to bring you, in a Russian sense, to Madame Eva.
Madam. And she knew of our coming.
Well, I don't know what she knows. But she told me to expect a group. And when the group came, to lead them to her tent.
I know you said it was quite urgent, but do you mind if we talk just for a moment?
We can talk on the way to the tent. Come through, all of you.
All right. And he'll turn towards the others. And he'll say just lowly, are we going?
Chef will step forward with just a newfound sense of confidence and say, yes, we will. The Vistani, they're reclusive people, but not bad, I assure you.
Renee's gonna walk past Rayfield, and as she does so, she's going to say, I think we shall. How nice of you to ask. And then she's going to move forward.
Wonderful.
Damn.
Perfect.
She gagged him. He says nothing.
Perfect.
Mom is rather guarded still. Keeps her hands hidden in her cloak. Walking by, following up behind Irene.
Wonderful. Can everybody refresh their map, please? And Stanimir say, please come through. Come here. And we have food going. I'm sure you are all hungry. We have some healers nearby if you wish to heal any maladies. Of course, some trinkets, but to be honest, we're all very washed out from the multiversal. Please, come. And he's going to guide you guys this way. What? Any questions? Anything that you guys ask him on the way there?
Chef will hold up the raven and say, we received word from your guide, but we were intercepted along the way. He took quite the beating. We kept him up for as long as we could. If you could please ensure his safety come tomorrow.
Oh, you know, if I recall, Madame Eva loves birds. Perhaps he will see your friend. Or perhaps she will see your friend. Please bring them.
Chef will nod and make his way all the faster towards the bird-loving madam.
Any other questions as you guys are moving along? This is the last question.
Yeah. He will noting the talk of the multiverse cell. with the circumstance they'd all ended up in, he assumed it was like not real. So he's just gonna say the multiversal, just quizzically.
Yes. Did you not attend the multiversal? Did you just miss it?
I'm afraid we all got a bit waylaid in the meantime.
That is terrible. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to see much of the fanfare, and of course, any of the items we had. But it was beautiful, and hopefully, we'll catch you next time.
Yes. Next time.
And he says, "Please, here is Madame Eva's tent. Please, enter."
Get in there, chef. Also, you're muted.
Ah! Get in! Get in! He won't get in. It doesn't work.
Fuck, you can't make it through the door.
He's too big.
Is it because it's not in a square?
No, it's not. It should be fixed now. You're gonna go to avoid. Goodbye.
Everyone into the void.
Oof.
Wonderful.
Everybody went first, but somehow ended up last.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
She's too busy being mean to Rayfield for no reason.
You guys walk into a room, a tent that is, all around carpeted. There are several candle holders in the area with red candles emitting a really glowing red light around you all. Several areas around to sit around this table that looks like stars on the top of it. It's almost like it's one of those stones cut in half, and then it's like what are those things? Like maybe they're called agate or whatnot. I don't know, but it looks starried on the top as though the whole thing itself is a jewel turned upright, standing and waiting for you all. In the middle, still red candles, and then a crystal ball that sits there. There is only one chair here, and another opposing chair adorned with some other decorations. And it is just waiting here. There is nobody waiting for you inside of this room as of yet. What do you guys say when you guys go in here? What do you guys do?
I think Chef will poke his head in and say, Madam, we have heard of your summons, and we are here now.
You'll see that there is nobody in the room with you all. You'll see no movement. You'll hear no movement. Please place yourselves around the room.
Easy, huh? Don't touch comp.
Wow.
Get fuck off Rayfield then. Is this back here, Judo? Is this like a doorway? Like an opposing doorway?
No, it's not.
It's just like a back wall.
It's just a back wall.
Okay.
It is still in here. One candle turns off. Another. The other side of the room. And then another. And then another. Then as fast as you could snap your fingers, you start to see all of these candles get blown out. All on the sides of the rooms first, and then in the middle, as it slowly seems to count itself down. The 5th candle, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, and then the last sits there waiting for you all. It does not blow itself out. What do you all do?
I think
Chef.
approaches
Go ahead.
inching closer to it, trying to peer at it, trying to gauge what this is all about.
You see a single candle, a light.
While she's doing that, Rayfield is just going to turn to Oksana real quick, given the state that she's in. He's just gonna say, Oksana, would you like to sit down?
Should we wait until she arrives? It seems rude to sit.
Perhaps, but I can't imagine the chairs are strictly for decoration.
I guess at his urging, then she'll move into the chair.
And he'll just stand behind it. Sorry, didn't mean to get that close to your name. My fault.
Wonderful. You sit down. The single flame is still alight.
Chef looks at the candle and says, "Should we follow suit?"
It seems to be almost bidding us to do so.
In that case, Chef licks his palm and then
Tom being in front of the candles, she would motion to do it first.
All right, Chef will back away.
She just pinches it basically. She doesn't even lick her fingers. Pinches the wick.
Awesome. You pinch the wick, and all the light in the room is gone. It is pitch black. And then a light on the far end, or the same light that you blew out, glows purple. And then the 2nd, and then the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. Then all at once, a final as the rest of the candles on the sides fill the room with this purple glow. In that moment, and seeing all the flames glow, you see a woman now sitting in front of all of you. I expected you all. Welcome.
Rayfield's gonna jump back a little. Ah!
Oh, don't scare. Please don't scare. My name is Madame Eva. I am here to tell you of your future.
Chef will steady his eyes to the light and say, "Ah, Madam Eva, thank you for bringing us to safety. We try to do the same for your guide," as he hands him the raven who is now asleep.
Oh, my guide. No, I do not know this one. Though I do remember having a pet raven before. Alas, it died years ago. Here. And you'll see her kind of get up. She's like a old lady, and she'll stand up. She'll grab a box from somewhere, and she'll hand it to you, and it looks like a coffin, like a makeshift coffin for a bird. And she says, "Here, so we can rest."
Chef will delicately slip their newfound friend into its new bedding for the night.
Wonderful. And she will sit down. I had no guide because I needed none. You were all meant to be here. All meant to share this tent with me. All meant so I could share your futures to you. All of you, please take a seat. And you'll see, just like looking down, with the purple flames going on and all, you'll see, the distraction of the flames, the distraction of the woman. Then you'll see finally that there are the perfect amount of seats at the table for you all.
Chef, not wishing to waste any time with this, will take his seat very quickly.
I know the seat's just like 1, 2, 3.
Awesome. She will take out like this tablecloth, and she grabs this tablecloth, and you see that she's about to lay it on the table. Of course, you have the candles and the crystal ball there. You'll see her flick the tablecloth, and it's almost as immediately the candles and the crystal ball are gone. All you are left with is the fitting of the cloth on the table as she sets it down. As she sets it down, you will see that there are, it's almost 5 spaces on here, indicative of card placement. You'll see that they kind of form a cross with a card in the middle and the cards on the left, right, top and bottom. She will say, "Now is the time." And she goes and reaches into her cloak, and she pulls out this large deck, and then you start to see her begin to shuffle this, and it looks masterful in the way that she's shuffling. Any of you who have seen this before, you've seen tarot before. You have seen traditional tarot, mentioning things like, like the traditional cards that we're familiar with, major arcana and minor arcana and whatnot. However, you will see that the deck that she has in her hand is larger. There are more cards in this deck than you've seen before. In the shuffling of them all, you'll see some that you're familiar with, some that you're not. And she just begins shuffling these, and she's doing it quickly, and as if she's been doing this for her whole life. Does anyone say anything while she does that?
Chef does not have anything of the sort from his village. He's seen little snippets of the same deck of cards from the Vistani that he got familiar with, but he never decided to spend time learning of it. So I think he keep his quiet for now and observe.
As she is shuffling, Rayfield is just going to whisper to Chef real quick. Chef, since we're still standing, would you mind taking the seat next to Irene.
Chef will just hear a little flicker of voice and say, "Yes, I'm sure. She would deserve your company, wouldn't she?" But despite that, he will oblige and move closer to Irene, although stance.
And he'll basically trade seats.
Is going to take the bullet and sit next to Rayfield, I guess.
Wonderful. As you guys like settle in, you guys move around. The seats that you move to seem more comfortable than before. And then, as you take your seats and she finishes shuffling, she places all the cards beside her. And with one finger, kind of knocks all the cards that she needs into her hand. And then she lays them out flat. Quickly. She has 5 cards already written out in front of you, or already placed in front of you in each of their spots. And she says, "There is a price with me revealing this future. A price that you will most surely pay." And she says, "Hereforward, you will know what path you are on, though you may not like it. You will be burdened for seeking the true meaning of your future. Are all of you ready?"
This,
Chef.
these cards, they're magical. Then they can see our future. Surely, some spell upon them, some divination.
No. The cards were dealt long ago. This is not magic, this is fate. Me being here, you all showing here to Barovia was all fated. The cards being shuffled need not matter. And she'll say, "First, I will show you what you all already know." And she'll say, she'll go over to reveal the first card. And as she begins to lift it up, she will flip over a card. She will lay it down in front of you. The Hierophant. Tradition is a cage. This card speaks to obedience born not of faith but of fear. It represents sacrifice without reciprocation. The quiet suffering of those who follow blindly, and the cost of serving power you dare not question. Through trust will there be true power. Power without question. Anybody looking at the card sees the traditional form of a Hierophant card. Oksana, you see something familiar to you. She then reaches for the next card and flips it over and lays it down. The Chariot. The Chariot does not ask, it moves. This card is momentum, a force, a weapon, a means to a greater end. It may be a person used to break barriers, or a tool wielded by another's will. It speaks to power with direction, but not necessarily choice. And she'll reach to another card. The High Priestess. Wisdom shackled. This card represents one bound by love, though not their own. The stars guide them but have since gone missing. Only chained will they never find the light again, and only with the light will they find the key. She reaches for the next card. The Hermit. Not all solitude is chosen. The Hermit walks not to seek wisdom, but because there is nothing left to return to. This card speaks to profound loss, family, purpose. It is a ghost of what once gave life meaning. The relics they hold are not a guide, but a memory. Wallowing in that pit will only leave one buried. And we'll flip the next one. The Marionette. You dance, but not to your own rhythm. This card represents external control, manipulation, a false belief that you are in command of your fate. Your choices are influenced and dictated by unseen hands and fears. They are not weak, but their binds will bleed them first if they wish to be free. And you all look at your cards, and in a moment, staring at all of them, you will see that she snaps her fingers and they all burn in front of you. And they leave the place clean. And now, for a future that you do not know. And she will begin to shuffle her cards. But we're going to take a 10-minute break here as she shuffles.
Somehow this
Judo.
cliffhanger is crueler than the one left
Judo.
us before.
Judo.
You sneaky bitch.
You
You sneaky.
motherfucker.
Remember when I had you
Holy-
write down that one thing and I said, hold on to that?
Judo.
First
you
of all,
motherfucker.
round of applause for you in drawing all of these. That was
You and
Yeah,
all these
no.
are so
Oh,
fucking
insane.
nice.
Crazy.
she is
Spouse.
and-
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
Those are
absolutely.
amazing. Yeah, I've recently approached Yoon as I do every 2 days with like, hey, what do you think of what do you think about perhaps drawing this? And she was like, I would love to do that, but I have such a backlog. And I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see what that backlog was going towards. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I
she-
kept this secret for a really long time.
I-
Actually.
me and
Yeah,
Oh,
no
I-
kidding.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited.
yeah, that was a long while ago. I was like maybe the second or third session Third session.
The fucking
Imagine
the
if one
third
of us
session.
died.
The house.
Imagine
Holy
if you would
The
shit.
kill
fucking
one of us.
house.
Fourth session, fifth session. I don't know.
What if
Very
somebody
long time.
cribbed?
I was hoping that they didn't, but it's fine.
That's insane.
Yeah, Chris. Me and Chris were talking one time, and he was talking about Rayfield, and he was talking about, and then he started literally saying like, "Oh, he feels like kind of like like a puppet on strings or something like that." And
Puppet on
and then I
strings, baby.
immediately messaged you, and I go, "Did you fucking tell him? Did you actually tell him?"
No,
I-
because
that
it's
I fucking told Chris that he was the marionette. And he would not. I had to like convince him. Like I had to swear on a lot of things.
I said he is telling me that he is bleeding on the lines. How does he not know?
yo, Judo. I'm tapped the fuck into my characters. I swear to God.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. That's why I told you to write down, because I wanted to tell you how locked the fuck in I
I
am on your characters too.
Oh my God, this is so awesome. That's interesting. I've never heard of that major arcana before. What does that card mean?
That
What
is
does that one mean?
that is from the Taroka. So I did a mixture of Taroka and tarot.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, cards you
I
don't
would
know,
like to
cards
ask
you do know.
this.
Yeah.
I would like to ask this, and I swear this is not of me wanting to see Chef die, but hypothetical. What would you say? Like, either mine or like other people's backups would be on the tarots.
Oh yeah,
Just
or
from what-
other people's,
Oh,
or
I'm
other
not
people's.
Wouldn't
gonna.
thing.
get
I'm not gonna do that.
I feel like Tigron would be like the most well known.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. This was a massive
I guess we'll never
gamble.
know.
Uh-huh.
This is a massive
Because
gamble.
Chef is never dying.
He's got 4 points here. I don't think witch doctors are gonna help him with this one.
They all look so pretty.
Oh my God! I'm
You
reading.
made her
Oh,
so hot. She's so hot.
she's so dead though.
Look at Calm's eye, bro. Isn't that crazy?
I think my favorite. That was I think
Calm
the
is like-
first one that I did.
Calm's one of my
I just
favorites here.
love-
Yeah, I think Calm is my favorite. Holy fuck, the sword and the like whatever demonic shit's going on.
Bro, Ewan went the fuck off on these. Ewan
I
went
know.
crazy.
Holy. What do we think about having all of these be our new tokens? Thoughts?
I don't know if
I
I
don't-
want Chef crying at all hours
Yeah.
of the day.
But it's
here.
accurate. He cries a lot.
Yeah, he has been.
Not that much. If anything, Rayfield's the baby here.
Listen, bro. I got
Tell me you weren't. Tell me
I
you
got
did not start sobbing like a baby that just got murdered at that
What?
fucking
When we're burying
gravesite.
the kid's bones that saved us? Yeah, you shed a couple tears. What's
Shake
wrong
my
with it?
head.
Yeah,
Not
he
a
said
real man.
He acts like he doesn't
Wait,
know
wait.
what the city accent
Wait,
is.
Chef might actually be toxic masculine.
Shut up, Chris.
Holy shit.
Ewan is
Those are
talking.
some
Shut up.
nice, those are some nice sub 5'10" fucking tears running down your face, boy.
5'10".
What were you saying, Ewan?
Everyone
Hi,
listen to
Ewan.
Yoon.
What does that mean?
What? Oh no, I was just saying that. Might I say Chris is sounding like he's from Boston more and more with each passing session.
I told.
What?
I see it.
Do you? Okay. Because I
Wait,
could be
hold on.
confused.
You have
You
to.
did
You
not
have to,
hear. You
hold
did
on.
not
You have-
hear
you
how
have
you
to
just
provide-
said tears.
you have to provide proof to this
We have a
statement,
recording.
dude.
We have
You have a
recordings, my guy.
Okay, but give me an example.
Do you guys want me to mark?
There we go.
You guys want me
Here
to mark something?
is
That's your homework for the night, Chris.
Give me an
Two.
example.
Grass grows.
I'm gonna
birds
make it.
fly,
Oh, you know what I'll
sunshine.
do? I'll make
Brother,
it. I'll make it a soundboard
I
for
see
us.
that.
Okay.
Okay, but unironically, what if we made these our token? They're so good. They're so good.
Y'all can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
All
people
I
pay for
know
art
is-
for their tokens. Like I will not be offended if you just want to keep your art. Like that is totally
Mine?
fine.
It's too horny. It distracts me.
I would use Irene's art as a token, if only to get rid. That is my token, right?
You cut out Modal. You cut it out.
Ah, I said I would use Irene's art as a token, if only that if only to get rid of AI slop. That is my token right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a couple sessions to remember he's a bear and not a lion.
You didn't. I was muted, but Vivi just screamed same. Vivi is my fiance.
God, these
For
are
those
these
who
are all
don't know.
so fucking good, dude. I love the dead
These
look
look like
in his
posters
eyes.
Strahd would have.
She went stupid. She went stupid on these. Stupid.
She so did.
Do it for my pals.
And also Chris.
That's me. Don't say that.
Wonderful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful.
Either you can dislike me or your character can dislike my character. You don't get both. You gotta choose one or the other.
I'm gonna put these somewheres and use them. I'm gonna use them publicly for gain, for monetary value. That's how good they look.
I'm gonna use them for monetary value, like monetary gain.
Yes.
I'm gonna finally post them now that they're not a secret.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
should
say,
like offer
"Hi."
commissions
Oh,
in
do
the
you
template.
post all the strange blood art
Mm.
somewhere?
No, I don't. That's just for us. But
They wouldn't get it.
I do sometimes. Like I posted, I think like a sketch of Irene to my story, but like I feel like people don't get it. That's not really the stuff that gets clicks also, and I'm really trying to like grow my shit right now so I can eventually get more clients in the future. So
You gotta get on D&D Blue Sky. They'd eat this shit
what
up.
is that?
It was the Twitter replacement. It's like it's just old Twitter essentially. Of you can have a media tab and you only see stuff from people you follow.
And hashtags like
that's
actually
cool.
work. Like they actually like work.
Yeah, they work like how Tumblr works.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's the one I use currently.
Yeah, I have an account. I don't use it because I'm lazy, but that's where all the artists went.
Right? Yeah, because Instagram algorithms are ass.
Oh yeah, Instagram
This
bad.
is true.
So bad.
Damn. So much shit I have to do. Fuck this. Okay.
I am blown away by these pictures.
Ooh, if you ignore Sad Boy Chef, the chains on Irene match up to Rayfield strings.
Oh,
Let's not go crazy. Let's not
you're
go
right. Wait,
I
you're
mean,
right.
they do.
I mean,
The rules of composition have screwed you.
that's
They
just
match.
that's just a strange coincidence.
That's
Thank you.
Oh boy, here we go.
wait. That
Wait,
reminds,
what?
that reminds me of a picture I have in my room. Hold on. Where do you guys see this?
No.
I don't want to see your bondage poster.
Projecting. Fucking projecting. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh boy.
Chris looked at those pictures and said that giraffe.
You cut
Oh my
out.
fucking god, I hate this mic so much. There's not even any.
Sorry,
I'm
what was
just-
that?
I'm just gonna fucking.
Is he coming back?
Okay, we're back. What I was saying is, Chris saw those pictures and said, "Damn, that giraffe can really swing that neck."
What are you talking about?
I'm
Look at
sorry.
his
The
neck.
fact the fact that it took like 3 times to say it, and it like with the leave, I think it lost the power of the joke a little bit.
I like it. In fact, I wish you would have done it 3 more. I wish you would have done it 3 more times and it cut off each time because it would have just got better and better.
Be like charging the fucking joke. Those chains do be lining up to those strings.
Easy.
But look at the eyes above Irene. Those are crazy, huh? Those are crazy eyes.
Yeah,
huh?
whose eyes are those? Question mark.
Don't worry about it.
Exclamation point.
Don't worry about it.
Whose
Don't
eyes
worry
are
about
those?
it. Don't worry about it. She busy.
These outfits are fire though. I love Chef's updated armor from the first picture.
The naked
I
apron.
know the fucking runes. They look so good.
Uni went crazy. Uni went crazy.
You did a really good job. It's kind of insane. I was like,
Yeah, it's actually a
I
little.
thought I was like, oh, I knew about the tarot. I didn't know who was doing it.
Because also,
Who told
Wasn't-
you about the tarot? Oh, I did.
You did. You said it out loud. What are you talking about?
I talked
and
to all
Judo
of
was
you.
even like,
I talked to all of you separately.
you
told
said
you
it.
told you guys that I needed to do a tarot thing with you, and then also said do not tell anybody else.
Oh,
no,
okay,
I
well,
swear to God, you said it like straight up too.
you did say it straight up, like in the chat.
Because you asked us what each of
He
our.
asked us what our tarots would be. He didn't say it
Yeah.
for what reason.
That was in question.
I thought-
that was in question.
No, I thought you said at some point you were like looking for an artist specifically like to do tarot type cards.
Yeah.
I could,
What
I
he
would
meant to
swear
say
to,
was he was looking at an artist.
I would swear to God this occurred. All right, maybe I won't go that far, but I believe it.
The guy who doesn't remember things. I swear I remember this. It's okay. I'll gaslight him for you, Judo. Don't worry.
Thank you.
It already worked.
No
I've already
no more
dispelled-
gaslighting. No more gaslighting. Just lying, guys. We're taking it back.
No more gaslighting.
No more gaslighting. Just lie. That's all I'm asking for.
I unfortunate for you, Judo. This is not the nature of me and Chris's relationship.
She is like expert. She gets like double her proficiency bonus in gaslighting. It's fucked.
Was she good at it, or are you dumb?
Both.
A little bit of both, unfortunately. I am. She is proficient, and I am susceptible. So it doubles up.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, those
ass
chains.
cards.
It's changed really matter.
Crazy ass cards.
They look so unbelievably. Fuck! I want to make this like my background almost.
I put mine as my phone background because I love it so much.
Oh, that's a good idea. Sorry, that's a little.
These are in 4K, ladies and gents. 4K.
She don't fuck around. Anybody right now tell me you think she fucks around. Right now, I swear to God, say it.
Holds up finger
I mean,
guns.
She
Who's
don't.
gonna-
I
She-
think.
she
I think
don't,
a
Mr.
little bit.
Judo, I
like,
swear to
it's
God, she
just, like
don't.
having some whimsy, but you know.
You think she?
The
fucks
Rayfield looks
around?
like he has a
Oh, but
little
with the
whimsy
art
on him.
now.
She not playing, bro. She
Look at
not
how whimsical
fucking
Rayfield
playing,
is.
bro.
He's dancing.
She's
Look
my.
at that smile on his face. He loves dancing.
Yeah, and then Judo was like, "Damn, you gave him a dumb trunk," and I said, "Guaranteed, the hips are still not big enough for Chris."
Yeah,
Wait.
I mean, you could go
He has
a
some nuts.
little bigger, I guess. You could go a little- No, it's perfect. It is he canonically. I'm gonna stop right there.
You say
Okay.
canonically like you
Yeah.
didn't choose that.
What do you want from me?
The eye is crazy on calm. All right. Anyways,
Yeah, you fucked up, Judah, and we're not gonna be able to focus now.
Yeah, like
Is the break
no,
over
we
yet?
can't. Erica,
Okay, wait,
Take
wait,
it
wait,
back.
wait. Just a second, How about Sana's bosom? Can we just have a
that
moment?
is crazy
Because
business.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to look at it too much.
yeah,
I felt like I was
fact,
privy
the
to
fact that
something
she's
I shouldn't
the
have
fact
been.
that she's
But, like,
dead. The fact that she's
The
fucking
the
dead.
thigh crease, we love to see it.
Respectfully, comma.
Yeah, that shit is. Them shits is crazy. Yoon said.
How does she,
Yoon
how does she
said.
serve
yeah.
even in
You
death?
said-
Strahd has that hanging above his bed.
Yoon
It's like on the
said
ceiling.
the boobs.
It's like
What
fucking-
did we say about the
like Lord
boobs?
Farquaad with his fucking mirror.
What did we say about the
What did you
boobs?
say about the book?
You said something like the boobs or something like it was like kind of akin to non-negotiable because Yoon
Oh,
Yoon would
yeah.
send it and be like, "What do you think?" and or like, you know what I mean? And then I'd be like, I was like, "Oh, maybe this or blah blah," or just ask clarifying questions really because I'm not an artist, right? I just have an idea. But there were moments where it would be like the only thing that's not going to change is the size of the breasts, which was Yoon's like thought.
I was like,
love
yeah,
you.
you can change anything you want, but the Tetons have to stay. Unfortunately.
Them non-negotiable.
Listen,
Mean.
Them not
I get it.
negotiable.
Same way with Rayfield's hips.
You lucky Calm's
Same
wearing
exact
your
way.
cloak and armor right now. That's all I'm saying. That would have been a crazy picture.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Damn.
when's the beach episode? Come the fuck on. When's
Fuck.
the beach episode?
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got our tarot drawn, and now we're gonna get pinups. Strahd's gonna have pinups of us all made.
Yeah, can we
No.
get a calendar of all the strange books?
Dude.
For
That's
fundraising
awesome.
to restore Barovia or whatever.
Yeah, five of us. Irina, Ismark, Bildreth,
Ew.
who else? Strahd.
Strahd,
It's so
Oh!
Strahd.
What's his name?
Each
Yesterday
month
for
is
$20.
Strahd with someone else.
Yeah.
the guy,
Sorry. That was
the guy that rolled into town. I forget his name already.
Wait, Escher as well?
He sees him once. Drool.
Judah, I'm just saying if there's a chance. God damn it. Man,
I don't do
Bro, you're drooling all over the floor.
I don't do
What are
that.
you on about? What are you on about? What are you people on about?
I'm just saying, Judah, if there's a chance. God damn it, if there's a chance.
Chance of
I-
what,
I-
man?
I-
I just do the game.
Judo,
I play the game.
I hope you appreciate that calm is so impenetrable.
No, it's good. I'm not even trying to penetrate.
Y'all need to stop.
That's it.
That was on you. That's
That's-
on you.
It was a poor choice of words. It was a poor choice
Yeah,
of
why-
words.
Yasmin's like, why are all your guys' characters so penetratable?
No.
Excuse you.
I'm just playing the game, and I roll the dice.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Is this break over yet?
Alright, but Escher, though?
I just needed time because that was a big reveal, and it took a lot out of me.
It was a good
Yeah,
one.
It
That's
deserved the extended break to enjoy the art.
No, just one more thing. Love the Gypsy Abuela voice. It's my favorite. So
I
far.
do
Yeah.
too.
You're so
You
good.
are insane with the fucking voices, man.
Oh, really?
It's so
I
subtle,
keep feeling
so
like I
good.
lose them, but that's cool.
It's good!
Thank you.
Exclamation point.
I have to write down.
Exclamation point.
Have to write down Gypsy Abuela under Madame Eva, so that
Yeah,
way
you
I
like
know
that?
how to talk about it.
Abuela? What? Come on now.
I
you
look-
can-
Okay.
That's
You want me to? You want me to do it? You want me to say it?
Yeah.
You want me to really say
Yeah.
it? You want me to say it in Spanish?
Yeah.
Say it, Judo. Say it.
Yeah.
Gringos out.
Say it.
Gypsy abuela.
Okay, thank
It's
you.
hot though. It's hot.
Abuela. Mhm.
Wait, he speaks
Abuela.
Spanish?
Yeah. I'm Mexican.
I have to like
Let me
give
fuck with you, damn.
judo
Ah!
tongue lashing.
Wait, Judo's the penetratable one now. The fuck is that?
Oh,
Alright.
I mean, good
All
one.
right, let's go back to the game. Let's go back to the game. All right. What is this? Let's go back to the game. Back to the game. Back to the game. Hitting the alarm. That's back to the game. The game alarm.
Anti-horny air horn.
You guys, hey, you guys be ringing that sometimes.
Me?
No, you guys ring the anti-horny one
Me?
like.
I mean, if
like
the shackle
Calm-
fit-
Me? Yeah,
like-
me? She
like-
says instantly.
Like Calm
Me?
says, I'm gonna get judo in here, cause I'm gonna shut it down.
Oh yeah, you're a tattletale.
I am.
And that's
crazy.
good,
Teacher's
and I
pet.
like it.
Teacher's pet. Do we have homework, headouts?
I almost did say it last session, to be quite honest.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
think Judo should give us.
you
homework
would
between
have had homework, but I forgot.
Regard. Skull emoji.
All right, cool.
Okay,
Let's play the game.
I need to redeem myself
Alright.
a little bit.
Everyone calm down.
2 minutes and we're back. 2 minutes and we're back. Everyone silence.
Back to title card.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Judo, mute this man.
Judo, she's bullying me.
Erica, can I have your help with this next set of cards and putting them into the in-game info?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, sorry. One last thing I want to mention about the tarot cards is that all of the characters have a flower assigned to them too, and I think that's fucking rad.
Yeah,
Okay, bye.
Yes.
yeah, that was the flower question from a while ago.
Ooh.
All right, last thing. All right, again, thank you, Yoon. Thank you so much for making the cards.
Thank you,
Oh, no
Yam.
worries. No worries.
You, these are fucking amazing.
Thanks, man.
No problem, man.
You get my next inspiration.
Ooh, a little
Yeah, did
inspiration.
you get
farm?
inspiration for that?
Little inspiration farm.
I
Yeah!
have I have inspiration. I haven't
Then
used mine.
no,
Fuck. Right, feel that?
no.
Jesus Christ!
I'm beating for it. I'm beating for it.
All right. Okay. The cards burn. No trace of them, not dust or any charred bits at all. Consumed and gone in front of you all. Each one of you saw a card that looked more familiar than the rest. Even if you had ever seen tarot before, this one looked different. This one looked like it was calling you. The meaning behind it and all that either sticks to you or lays heavy on your shoulders. As perhaps with the rest of Barovia, have you had just seen an illusion, or at least you hope you did. The madam in front of you, her hands working deftly among the cards. She then puts them back on the stack, and then removes again with one finger 14. She lays out 14 cards. She sets them aside. She shuffles once more, and then she says, "The future holds a task. A task that all of you will need to work together to achieve. There are boons in front of you. Ones you will need to collect." And she puts down a card. She goes and places a card down, and she says, "This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy." And you see, as she looks over, she says, "The 9 of glyphs, the traitor." And she looks like she's almost reading something in front of you, like, text that you don't see. "I see the ancient foe of an old and noble house. The lost soul will lead you to him." Her hands just float to the next card and grab one, and it looks like it just floats onto the to the next hand. And she says, "This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope." I will get it right now. The 5 of Swords, the Myrmidon. And she begins to say, "A warrior bound by his code, a warrior imprisoned." She moves to the next card. "This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight." And she flips over the card. You see this solemn-faced man in holy vestments. The 8 of glyphs, the bishop. "What you seek lies in a prison of darkness, beyond a set of amber doors. This weapon is long hidden. Only the house of the fallen dragon can lead you there." She then moves to the 4th card, places it at the bottom of the cross. She looks like she's listening to something. And then she says, "This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness." And she flips over the card to reveal she says, "Finally, our 5th card." She'll grab one. "The key to escaping this realm, to returning to your homes, to forge a new fate. And you see her almost tremble as she's grabbing the card. And she says, no. And she reaches for another card on the deck. No. And she like grabs another and moves to the side, almost like she knows what's underneath any of them. When you get to the last card, it's almost like she gives up. And she brings the card over and into the center of it all. And then she flips it over. She reveals she reveals the myths. The myths. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. When the hour of judgment arrives, you will feel it. And she almost sits back in her chair, and it's almost like, she's exhausted, she's tired. She sits back, and in a moment, as she breathes out a breath that almost feels like possessed, you hear that same blow that blew out the candles, and all of a sudden, all the candles are red in front of you. The cards in front of you, they all burn immediately. They're almost immediately replaced by the crystal and the candles around it. And this lady behind you looks tired. Looks like she's almost regaining her consciousness in front of you all. And then she looks and she says, oh. All of you made it. You're all here. I could see you all on your way in. And she looks at the table, she looks around her, and she says, I have read your futures, have I not?
Chef will nod and say, you have. You spoke of a burden that would come of this, a price. What would that price be if we haven't paid already?
She says, I don't know. I couldn't see. I couldn't see past the weave, past the cards. She says, I can't bring them back. The threads of fate can't be beckoned like a servant. It's not a magician's trick. I can only see what they show me and no more. The price to pay. The price to pay for any future is your sanity.
At this, Rayfield's going to stand from the table and just push his hands into it as he stands up. No, you have not told our future. You have not told my future. That which you showed me. Do you believe that will come to pass?
I believe it's in your hands now.
You think I will end up some puppet, some fool with no agency and no future, no control over his own actions, his own body, his mind. He's just gonna start shaking his head almost vigorously. His breath is starting to catch within himself as he works himself up from what he saw.
Tom's gonna attempt to calm him down, like not grab him or anything, but like place her palm on his
Get off me! And he's gonna, throw his hand back and hit her, literally hit her hand out of the way. Get off me! You saw what I saw. That is not me on that picture. This whole thing is just another one of Strahd's tricks to scare us, to put us in fear of his power. He's going to point at the madam herself. You, just another one of his. You are the puppet, not me.
Chef will stand up all the way, towering over this tent, and will say, "Enough. I don't know about you, but regardless of what our fate holds, we've been given direction. We know where to go. I believe that enough is deserving of thanks, is it not?"
Rayfield's just gonna look at Chef hard for a second. Believe her lies if you want to. If you want your fate to be cast in front of you so that you can only follow it, so that when everything goes wrong, you can believe it all to have just been written out before you, thinking yourself having no autonomy. If that's what you want for yourself, Chef, that's fine. But that's not what I want for me. And he's gonna look out.
Yeah, just as you're walking out,
he's-
if you don't mind, as you're walking out,
Yeah,
Madame
yeah.
Eva's gonna speak up.
Fuck, I lost my token.
And
He's gone.
Just before you walk out,
Yeah, he's
say-
like here. He's here.
she'll say, "What you see in the cards, what you see in the cards is," and you'll see. Then Rayfield at that point walks out completely, like she doesn't stop Rayfield from leaving. Almost like she missed it in telling him something important as Rayfield walks out.
He's not stopping to hear it. He's going. He looks like he is fuming.
You'll see her sit down and she says, "I did not mean to bring a struggle to you all."
Chef will shake his head and face Madame Eva again and say, "No, no. It is all right, madam. We are thankful for your gifts, even if some of us cannot recognize them as gifts quite yet."
She will nod her head and she says, "I know you all are bound for Vallaki. Well, this isn't the price to pay. Perhaps I can ask for a task. Something that you can help me with.
Chef will lean forward and say, "Please, name your task."
She says, my great-grandniece, Arabelle, she will celebrate her 10th name day in 2 days' time. And for this momentous occasion, I wish to provide her a gift, but in my old age, I am quite unable to make the journey myself. You'll see her get up and she walks around. She grabs a toy. Or not a toy, she grabs like a pouch and she says, this is some money for a toy for my niece. And she'll give you the coin. She says, there is a toy store in Balaki. It is Blinsky's. Arabelle, she loves it, but most Vistani are not allowed in Balaki. Perhaps you could buy her something. Or rather, perhaps you could ask Blinsky if he's received the order for Arabelle.
Chef nods and says, "Yes, of course, we will take a visit over there." And then he'll look thoughtful for a moment and say, "Not that I do not wish to repay you for your gift, madam, but recent events have left me a little bit on the weaker side." And as he says that, he'll just gingerly reveal the bite that left him weakened for this long and say, "I do not suppose there is any one of your healers that can address this."
She says, it may be best that you rest, truly rest. I can see these wounds were not meant to kill you, only to mark you. But for what purpose the cards do not provide. And she says, rest by the fire tonight.
He will nod and say, "Thank you again for your hospitality. We will see to it that it does not go wasted."
She says, thank you for getting the toy for my niece. She is a most interesting child. I'm glad you would be befriending her.
I think Chef will make his way out of the tent.
And most of you guys walk out. If anybody walks out without saying anything else to Madame Eva, you'll walk out.
I think actually.
Sure.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. I think that before Anne takes her leave, she might trail just like a bit behind the others, and she'll walk up to the woman and she'll say, "Madam, just one more thing before I take my leave. I just wondered, at the Multiversal, did you happen to come across a woman, a half-elf, long brunette hair, dark eyes? She's a priestess, and she goes by the name of Helena. Did you happen to run into anyone like that?"
This is most interesting, for I am fated twice the same question. I helped someone looking for her. Her and a white-haired elf. And she looks at you and she says, just with your eyes. She says, I could not find Helena. Not when asked the first, and definitely not now, but I told him where you would be.
Renee is going to just stare slack-jawed, eyes wide, and a shiver will run up her spine. And she'll take a big gulp before asking, almost too scared to ask. Did this person leave a name?
Laris. A beautiful man.
Renee will stumble just a bit, almost as though, like, the madam is just seeing all of the blood, like, drain from her face.
Child,
And her
please.
skin is now sallow and...
Child, please rest. Please sit. Please sit. You could tell she's like trying to help, but you know she can't get you to sit down. She's too old to maybe catch you. She says, he says you were his betrothed, that he wanted to bring you to where you rightfully belong.
Betrothed? I must go now. Thank you, madam. And she'll just kind of sprint out of the tent.
Wonderful. You sprint out of the tent.
I guess a little bit in the past would be the second one out, probably chasing after Rayfield in this situation.
Roxana would have just curtsied and thanked Madame Eva before leaving.
Wonderful. Everyone is taken off out of the tent. Irene was the one leaving last. To the rest of you all headed out, you are walking out. Irene, you like run out outside. You think of, or rather, you think of the situation with Laris, with Helena, with. I mean, what did you do in the past that would calm you? What would help you in situations where you felt helpless?
I think Irene would probably pray to Celestian. He's been her only saving grace throughout this whole thing. And in moments where her faith wanes, she turns to him to bring her back and give her peace.
So you're praying to Celestian. Is there maybe anything notable you say beyond that?
I think that it's going to take some processing, but there's also this element of just absolute paralysis and fear happening to where I think she's more just on edge and very, very alert. Like, if she wasn't tense before, she's now like a statue, just rigid and unmoving and just very aware of her surroundings. So I think that she would mostly just be focused on like analyzing her environment versus like saying anything.
Okay, so you're looking around, so you're not praying right now.
Well, yeah, I would say like maybe she says like a prayer to herself as
Mhm.
she's like, I would say it's more of like a frantic prayer versus like a trying to calm herself kind of like intentionally kind of prayer. Does that make sense? Like she'd be
Yeah.
like looking around and also praying, like almost in a panic, I guess.
Wonderful. Yeah, as you're saying your prayer to yourself, you're like looking around maybe, and you're seeing several Vistani walk around. Some are playing instruments. Again, there's some drinking going about. Seems like the others are being talked to, spoken to, be invited to the fire for food as well. Maybe you hear a name calling at you from behind you while you're out. Um, and as you're praying, you're doing this in a frantic manner, and then you hear a voice in your head, an answer to your prayer, and you see, I don't like prayer. I prefer begging. Do you fear someone? Would you like the power to never fear again? And
It's a voice that Irene would recognize, or
absolutely,
no?
absolutely. It sounds just like the man you met off the black carriage. It sounds like Strahd. You feel a tingle at your neck where your wound is when this voice hits you. What do you say?
I think that in this state that she's in, having been absolutely tortured to this brink of desperation between these visions of Laris and just now learning that he is potentially almost definitely in Barovia, I think she is at a point where she will she will agree, if it means giving herself the upper hand. She is so fearful, and she would just say, "Yes, yes, I'll do anything. I want to be feared. I don't want to feel this way again."
And then, almost like looking up, you see the stars, revealing themselves in the night, um, almost for the first time in a long time. The constellations form two eyes. These eyes look back at you, and some would pierce, some would pierce you, and you would think at first that it could be Laris, but then some of the stars grow bright red for just a moment. Maybe just the way they're hitting your eyes, but you see the eyes that glared at you from the black carriage, and all you hear is good. And we will end our session there.
On the dot.
Ooh, laddie.
On the
Yo.
fucking dot.
Yo.